find it horrifying to even think that anybody believed that, because I know they don't. Because when I came out of jail, there were people who supported me. When I was put in jail, there were people who were supporting me. When I was being questioned and interrogated numerous number of times, the people never lost any faith in me. They stood by me. So there was never any load on my chest, but there was always this feeling that technically, when will this case come to its final closure? It's the technicality, but it's the wait. It's the wait. And we have had a very patient wait, Abhishek. Yeah. So frankly, for me, yes, I feel very relieved today, but there was never any load on my chest. It was just this apprehension of when it would end.
There is a reason why it was loaded with dishonesty and conceit, Arnab. And I'm just, for the viewers, you have to listen to this. Somebody sent this to me yesterday from South Gujarat, someone who has turned Your Nation Wants to Know as a caller tune.
That's amazing.
And this is masses, this is people who see in you as someone who represents their voice in the studios. And for the police to be guided by the state at that time.
No, it was, the circumstances in which that happened. We were fighting the Uddhav Thackeray government. The SSR case was going on. We were piling on a lot of evidence.
The
Palghar case was going on. We were inconvenient people there, and the administration in Mumbai and in Maharashtra wanted to stop us. And I've always said that for all the good that we have done, we have built a lot of very powerful enemies. And all the powerful enemies conspired with the government in Maharashtra, with Uddhav Thackeray, with the Uddhav Thackeray Sharad Pawar government and the Congress government. And they thought that if they can fix Republic once and for all, it's good. And in this entire case, there was also this feeling that it's a very convenient thing to do for the rest of the media industry, because they were looking at it in terms of commerce. We were affecting their reach. We were affecting their popularity. We were affecting their advertising. We were affecting their revenues. They wanted to stop us. They knew that this is an ambitious organization that is not going to stop, that's going to grow into different languages. We had statements of intent, but more than that, we didn't have proof of concept. We had proof of execution. And we were the only, and we still are in 2024, we are the only group of journalists running a network. And that is what makes us a real threat for these people, Abhishek. You see, when a group of journalists who have no cause but journalism and content and journalism and news, when they take over the reins of a news organization, and there is absolutely no lever on us, there is absolutely no way in which you can put a stop on us. You cannot make, you cannot make a politician call me, you cannot make a businessman call me, you can't make anyone call terms to me, because we are free. We are free to do what we want to. And because we didn't have those levers, because I was no longer working for Bennett Coleman, even Bennett Coleman and Times Group did unimaginable things to me and published so many wrongs today. And in fact, there's one thing which I must say on record, that all those media organizations, and I'm saying that looking at them, all those media organizations which put out falsehoods against me should have the courage to put out the truth. Yes. The truth has to be put out. Falsehoods cannot be allowed to settle. But that's a reality. The fact is, they put out front page news every day with an attempt to tarnish our reputation. And today I want to say that I'm grateful. I am deeply, 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 deeply grateful to all people who have believed in Republic. Because it is their belief which has taken us along, and it is their belief which makes us stick. And today is a really big day for us, so I'll hand it over to you. I'll go across the Hindi channel. But Abhishek, take it forward with rhythm. But let me just say to everyone tonight, I'm very happy today. And it's remarkable, this day is happening before Republic Summit tomorrow. So I think all will be very good this year. And
phones not stopping from buzzing, because people are wanting to know what's really the verdict, and I think we'll get the details in a bit. And what is important is, Rhythm, if you are still there, I'm not connected with the PCR, so I have to give it to you. Now take it forward in terms of what this really means. If you have been able to gather some details of the verdict, which essentially means that Republic has won. There was no case against us, and the entire fabrication has really come undone, with the court really, or the state really telling the court that there is no case. There was an element of fabrication, there was an element of tutoring, there was an element of threat, intimidation of witnesses, which led to whatever was filed before the court, and so it stands withdrawn. If my interpretation is right, Rhythm, and on that note, over to you, is the case withdrawn and hence Republic has won?
Absolutely. The state has filed an application, Abhishek, before the CJM, before the Killa Court in Mumbai, and said November it was so It was so clear, finally come out with an understanding that there were witnesses who were being coerced. When that was the case, court then was having to give an order. Several times in the last few months, we were seeing that the court was saying that the order will be reserved, but is the complainant all right with it? What else is going to happen? It's very rarely that the state files a 3-1 application to withdraw a case which shows they themselves were at fault. This time around, the state had clearly stated that yes, the earlier government or whatever dispensation there was had filed a false case. What really strikes out for me is that a state application is filed where they say the state itself threatened witnesses, coerced statements. A false case was made out. This is the stuff that we see in television, in movies. But to actually have witnessed it firsthand, one realizes the power, the might of an illegal government and what they can do to try and prove in their might that everyone falls to their heels. In fact, before I continue, I want to also ask Shravan. Shravan, you were in the court today. What really happened there? I also want to ask you, the visuals on the screen, Shravan, show the victory sign. And I remember you were with Arnab standing outside the police station when he was going inside. It was at the peak of COVID when we were being called for statements to be given. Just take us through that journey. And also first, what happened in the court today?
Well, in fact, with the court, the argument was essentially with regards to the withdrawal of the case. And the fact of the matter is that before the Honorable Court, the state has essentially said that there were agency contrary findings to it. The fact of the matter is that there was witness coercion that has taken place, something that we have been arguing right from day one, that some laughable charges were, leveled against Republic Media Network by then Mumbai Police under Parambir Singh, and these were false charges to begin with. The fact of the matter is that these were same witnesses who were, coerced, were threatened, and their statement was taken on record by the Mumbai Police, based on which multiple charge sheets were also filed. Today at the court has completely dismissed the case. The court says withdraw the matter because Republic Media Network. So the matter is now the case that was registered against Republic Media Network. Now it is abundantly clear. Now, it's been a long journey for the Republic Media Network, 3.5 years. I remember the way we've been,
All right, we are getting more details. There's some issue with the network of both Shravan and Rhythm. So just for the benefit of viewers who might have joined now, you heard Arnab, a very emotional Arnab, reading the verdict and announcing victory of Republic, because the state of Maharashtra and the crime branch in Mumbai, they have withdrawn the case because they don't have any evidence, because they never had any case. And in fact, in so withdrawing, they have admitted that it was a falsification and it was not a falsification of evidence and threatening and coercion of witnesses, which led to the case being built. Of course, we have chronicled over the years the role of rival networks, the role of some political elements, the role of some elements within the police at that time. The police commissioner really leading from the front and leading that falsification of the case against Republic. So going from reading from the verdict now, state said wrong and false recording of evidence was done by Mumbai Police. Witnesses were threatened and coercioned. The state has now filed an application to the court and said that we want to withdraw what is called the TRP case against Republic Media Network. This is basically the application filed by Maharashtra state saying that we have nothing against Republic, nothing was found. Whatever was there was fabrication of evidence. Whatever was there was because witnesses were threatened by the policemen. All right. Okay, we have now some reactions coming in. So let's listen to Saket Shukla, Phoenix Legal Head. Lawyer Saket Shukla is live with us. Let me go to him. Saket Shukla, Big win for Republic. There was never a case. Now the court admitting an application by the Maharashtra state in which the Maharashtra state has said that we are withdrawing the case because there was nothing found. It was all fabrication, coercion of witnesses, etc. Big win for you as well for having represented Republic, but big win for what Republic stands for, Saket.
Yes, Abhishek, massive. I think it's a very big win especially after what the channel went through. An application was filed by the police saying that they're withdrawing the cases, and the reasons stated were what, as you explained, that the statements under 164 CRPC were also recorded by other investigating agencies, and they were the most of the witnesses stated that their statements recorded earlier by the state machinery was under threat and coercion. Even otherwise, if you look at it, there was never a case to begin with. It was all done because of reasons that we are aware of. It was a way to muzzle the media, muzzle Republic TV. The FIR, and when the case originally started, Abhishek, if you recall, the FIR was against another channel. There was allegations against another channel. We were nowhere. Republic was nowhere in the picture. Suddenly, for reasons which is, I think, known to everyone, it became a Republic issue. And I'm glad that an application was filed by the police, realizing that there were other agencies where there were so many contradictions, and there no case at all for the prosecution to sustain, and therefore they withdrew it, and the application was already allowed today in the court. Our lawyers were present, and that's what the judge noted.
Right, Saket Shukla, so I'm reading from the verdict, the application, in fact, not the verdict, but the application which the Maharashtra state has filed. It is under section 321 of the CRPC. And it basically says that the conclusion that the state has drawn, of course, this application is filed by the
state,
the special public prosecutor, in which the special public prosecutor says that the conclusion that the state has come to after going through or perusal of the charge sheet, that there is no case and that we should be withdrawing is right. So that's the request before the court, which the court has accepted today. Saket, just for the benefit of viewers, if you can explain what this procedure really means in legal terms.
See, legally, this is a situation where the state, realizing has the right to withdraw prosecution, and where there is no case really made out, and it wants to withdraw the prosecution, for which it has to file an application. It can't suo moto do it and close a case, because the matter is before the court. So the court has to allow it. And which is why the application was filed. The court, went into the reasons, looked at the justification given, and has allowed the application.
Right. Also, again, I am reading, Saket, from the application of the special public prosecutor, based on which the court has accepted the withdrawal of the case, and we have to again explain what this really means. So it says that the state government has intimated the Office of the Commissioner of Police its decision to recommend the withdrawal of above case, and that in light of the above referred government recommendation and police intimation and the refer points, it will be just and proper to stop proceeding, and it is submitted that the prosecution be withdrawn. So obviously there was never a case, and the government and the special public prosecutor, the legal department, everyone involved, they have gone through all the charge sheets that were filed by various agencies that were investigating. So Mumbai Police, their CID, their crime branch, etc. And now all have taken into account. They have come to conclusion there was nothing in the case. It's all fabricated, false, and has withdrawn. Now, but tell me, Saket, how does it work? Because the agencies that were after Republic Network, that was also a state, or those were also a state, and this is also a state. So how do we explain the difference between the state then and the state now? Obviously, people, when they saw all the documents in front of them, they realized that these would not stand scrutiny of a court of law, and that's why the case is being withdrawn. Had there been any merit, this would have gone to the court, right?
Yeah, yes. See, one of the points also noted in the application is that the BARC, which was the authority for collecting viewership, and technical data, and they were in control of it, and they had not filed any complaint with any of the investigating authorities. No advertisers had complained. So, that was one aspect. Secondly, with respect to the other agencies, there were other agencies that got involved. Namely, the ED got involved, CBI got involved, and there were the statement which was being relied on, the statements made before the magistrate, being relied on by Mumbai Police then, were, the same witnesses were called before the other agencies. And they contradicted, and they actually not only contradicted, they said that they were under, they said what they said because they were under, there was threat and coercion. That's what the application records. So obviously there was, if there's such glaring inconsistencies between, 164 statements, which is a statement before a magistrate, such glaring inconsistencies between the statements made before a magistrate when the same matter is being investigated by different agencies, there is, the prosecution's case is absolutely weak. There is no case at all. That's what it means. That because one particular case you're relying on the statement of your so-called witnesses. And those witnesses have very different story altogether. In fact, they say that those statements themselves were wrong because we were under threat and coercion. So how does the state sustain a case like this? It's obviously even then we notice, and
absolutely.
It's not even. I mean, let's come back to Republic. It was not one instance, right? There were multiple cases that were filed. In this case also the starting point was some FIR that was lodged. There were some statements given pursuant to that FIR. Republic was nowhere in the picture. Suddenly, out of the blue, the then commissioner comes on, does a TV announcement. He goes and makes a public announcement saying that Republic is, at the center of this so-called TRP scam.
Saket,
obviously, there was an intent, therefore, yes.
Saket, I am sorry interrupting you. You made an important. You drew our attention to a very important aspect of this application, which is that it mentions that BARC, which is the agency which monitors ratings, never bothered to file any complaint, and that's a big takeaway insofar as how seriously flawed the Mumbai Police complaint itself was, which they investigated. Now, let me go to Shravan Sen. He's a senior editor. He was in Mumbai. In fact, he was present in the court when the proceedings took place, and the court accepted the withdrawal of prosecution by the Maharashtra state. Shravan, over to you. Please tell us what exactly happened, what was the process followed, and what were the exact words of the special public prosecutor, and how did the court react, essentially giving victory to the Republic in this very fabricated, dishonest, conceited, false case that was slapped on us?
Well, crucial to this entire development are two charge sheets that have been filed by central agencies, Abhishek. One that was filed by the Enforcement Directorate and the other that was filed by the Central Bureau of Investigation, because both the agencies were looking into the TRP matter. Importantly, in their findings, they have come to a conclusion that most of the statements that were recorded by the Mumbai Police, they were under duress, and the fact that witnesses were coerced. And that is the reason why, when the state was basically looking into this entire matter once again, in the application, they do make a mention of the fact that, one, their own agency could not come across any fresh evidence. Secondly, two different agencies have come to a simple conclusion that this is a fake case to begin with. Relying on that today in the court, the special public prosecutor also argued the same when he was asked this question by the honorable judge, that whether it under what grounds is the state planning to withdraw the case. That is when they said that there was no evidence against Republic Media Network. And secondly, two agencies have come with a different conclusion altogether. So it does not stand before the court, number one. Number two, the fact of the matter is that the statements that were recorded, based on which this charge sheet was filed by the Mumbai Police, completely falls like a pack of cards. That is the reason why today it is out for everyone to realize that this was a case which was completely perhaps only drafted in a manner that it would only be to torture Republic Media Network, to try and fix Republic Media Network. And that has been thrown out of the window right now by the court here in Mumbai. The case has been withdrawn. This is exactly what the Honorable Judge of the Metropolitan Magistrate Court here in Mumbai had to say. So the case has been withdrawn. It does not stand. So there will be no trial in the case to begin with. And the fact of the matter is that, as we have said, in the past too, there are no charges against Republic Media Network. That becomes abundantly clear from today's development.
Shawan, in fact, Advocate, you stay with us, Shawan. Advocate Niranjan Mundargi of the Phoenix legal team is joining us. In fact, he's someone who was involved in great detail in Republic's defense when the case was with various agencies and in the court. Mr. Mundargi, your first response, your first thoughts on this development where the court has accepted a Maharashtra government application essentially under section 321 of the CRPC that there is no case against Republic, so hence the prosecution should be withdrawn.
Yeah, the first reaction is going to be many congratulations to Republic. From day one, what we were contending before the High Court and before all possible courts, that we have been framed. This is a case of malice. Malafides have been now come to forefront. The investigating agency have actually realized that Republic was unnecessarily, and for whatever their reasons best known to them, that Republic and Arnab was implicated. They have realized that it was we can say that the better counsel has prevailed on them. So I'm really happy for Republic TV, and we as a team have succeeded now. Our voice have reached to the right ears, and the learned magistrate was also kind enough to accept the contention. So congratulations to
also
Republic
Mr.
TV
Mundargi, the fact that whatever you did by way of defense found mention in the charge sheets and the agencies saw merit in your arguments clearly shows that the prosecution that was started by Mumbai Police was absolutely fabricated and that it had no legs to stand on, which the present state and of course the court has accepted.
Yes, absolutely. From day one, our contention was that the way they started the investigation against us, the notices sent, the press conferences then taken, and we could prove on the basis of the collected material by the investigating agency itself that all was full of malice and malafides. And which was our specific contention from day one, even before the Honorable High Court.
Absolutely. So,
and just to add on to that, whatever the material was collected by them, they had absolutely nothing to connect Republic with that so-called scam what they meant all about. Because Republic never was involved in any such crime.
Absolutely. In fact, if anything that has been proved is the malice and malafide of the Mumbai Police and the then Police Commissioner. Obviously, you know, there is no Police Commissioner now. That is the person at that time. I'm not even taking names. There is no Chief Minister who was there at that time who authorized that witch hunt against Republic Network, Mr. Mundargi. But did you get a sense during all the proceedings and all your interactions that you had with either the police or the courts at that time that there was an element of witch hunt being pursued by the state, by the then state, against Republic Media Network and its editor-in-chief Arnab Goswami?
See, frankly speaking, as a lawyer, I was looking at the documents. Whatever documents were collected to make out some case against Republic or Arnab for that matter. We were quite confident. We were sure about what we were looking at, and that's the reason why our petition came up before the Honorable High Court then for quashing. The High Court granted us interim protection because we could satisfy even at the preliminary stage itself that there was no case against Republic or Arnab, and it was all full of malafide and malice. So the documents itself spoke
absolutely.
For and there was nothing more to be interpreted about.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, let me go back to Shravan, if Shravan is still there, because Shravan was mentioning about the fact that this withdrawal of case against Republic is based on the documents, the charge sheets that were filed by agencies like the Enforcement Directorate and the CBI, which clearly mentioned that there is nothing of substance in whatever Mumbai Police has created, fabricated or produced, and hence this is not a case. So I think Shravan, if you're there again, you know we have these pictures of Niranjan is joining me in the studio with me in the newsroom with me, and Niranjan, let me just go to Shravan once and then I come to you. Shravan, if you can just, for the benefit of viewers, tell us the operative parts of the respective charge sheets which weighed heavily in terms of the state deciding, okay, fine, let's close the prosecution.
If you remember the infamous press conference of the former Mumbai Police Commissioner, and let me put it this way, the tainted police officer Parambir Singh, he said that large amount of money was made by Republic Media Network. This is scam worth crores, actually. Now, if that is the claim that was made by Parambir Singh, it is but obvious that you would have a federal agency which looks into money laundering. So that is the logic behind why once a predicate offence was registered, there was a scheduled offence, the matter was thereafter taken by the Enforcement Directorate. So what did the Enforcement Directorate really do? They went through the same evidence that was produced by the Mumbai Police, went back to the same witnesses, recorded their statement. It so turns out that each of these individuals, roughly about 12 to 13 households, came on record to say that they were threatened, that the witnesses were threatened, they were beaten up, and their statement was recorded. And the only thing that they were asked to do is to implicate Republic Media Network. And now what is even more laughable is that they said that we were paying 500 rupees to each of these households to become a national news network number one. Now, first of all, that is the most bizarre logic anyone can really come up with, and especially with the criminal mindset that you had. Some of those officers who are now behind bars, particularly like Sachin Vaze, they thought that a TRP, a channel can become number one by paying 500 rupees to 13 households, that was just in Mumbai. Now, that was the bizarre logic. Net, if I really look at the case that was registered by the Mumbai Police. Now, what did the Enforcement Directorate do? They did a professional investigation. Not only did they record the statement of those very witnesses, but also got data from BARC substantiating the claim that these were false evidence, because these were people in which households where Republic Media Network was never even seen. The panel boxes did not even make a mention of a Republic Media Network. So the raw data that was taken from BARC indicated that these were fabricated statements. Now, what really happened thereafter was also the fact that our rival networks were also mentioned in the Enforcement Directorate's charge sheet. In fact, our rival network, India Today Group, Aaj Group, who actually ended up calling on a TRP. Sure, it is there which came up. In fact, in the first FIR that was registered by the Mumbai Police was actually against India Today, and it was not against Republic Media Network. So there was a forgery that had actually taken place. So much so, the Enforcement Directorate in their investigation found out that Sachin Vaze, the darling boy of the media here in Mumbai, had actually taken bribe They also recovered CCTV footage of a bag being taken by one of the close aides of Sachin Vaze in Navi Mumbai. There was money that was exchanged only because they wanted to implicate Republic Media Network at any cost. So the fact of the matter is that Mumbai Police at that point in time, under the leadership of Parambir Singh, was completely exposed by the investigation that was carried out by the Enforcement Directorate, which gave the first clean sheet. Then came in the Central Bureau of Investigation. They carried out the same investigation and found out that, look here, there is no evidence that has been found against Republic Media Network, based on which the Mumbai Police, under the current leadership of Vivek
Shravan.
and the several other leadership.
We have to continue to discuss all this through the evening, Shravan. In fact, Niranjan is there with me in the newsroom. So, Niranjan, while we continue to discuss the legal aspects and the importance of this victory for us, just a bit of a throwback to the time that we went through as a network and the time that we saw Arnab going through. I mean, what he went through, we were only witness to it. He faced it. And the fact that where is Sachin Vaze now? Where is Uddhav Thackeray? Where is Parambir Singh? So obviously there has been an element of justice all along. And today is the ultimate that could have happened in terms of the court accepting that there is no case against us.
Well, Abhishek, you'll remember that we were all doing it was the day of the US elections that morning, Abhishek. We were sitting in the studio when we got the news that the Mumbai Police had landed up at boss's doorstep, at Arnab's doorstep. And it started with that, Abhishek, and the kind of trouble that they tried to sort of put the Republic Media Network through. You will remember they unleashed their entire police force. There were 100 commandos. You've never seen that even for Ajmal Kasab.
You were there, you witnessed.
I was there, Abhishek. I was there when I went up the lift. There were 50 policemen outside his door. Waiting for him to open the door so that they could take him into custody. And the moment the lift door opened, Abhishek, when I saw those 50 policemen and they saw that I had come up the lift to the 17th floor and they asked me, who are you? And they tried to push me back. They pushed me back and they just shut the door. And when I went down, I remember that moment when Sachin Vaze was there along with his team. And when I asked him, what are you guys trying to do? What are you trying to do? And one of his henchmen hit me like that. He just jabbed us. And then there were 100 policemen waiting with AK-47s, right? And it's insanity. I mean, even for Ajmal Kasab, there was no security given like that. And their intention was just one, Abhishek. You'll remember how many leaders, came and went. The likes of, Nawab Malik, Uddhav Thackeray. Uddhav Thackeray's Chamchas, and the entire Sachin Vaze gang, Parambir Singh. They would say, "Khatam ho jayega. Aapka network to khatam." This is the language that they spoke. It was clear that they were after our network to finish off our network. Their intent was to finish off our network. But Abhishek, the kind of support that we saw then and the kind of support that we've seen in the last 3.5 years, and that is the only reason why, and the kind of support that we saw for Boss across the world. I still remember we received videos when those 7 to 10 days when he was inside jail in Taloja eventually. People would send us videos of protests in California, in different parts of America, from the East Coast to the West Coast, right? And today, it's a slap on those faces. I wish those primetime anchors, Abhishek, I wish those primetime anchors have some shame. The kind of anchors who just when and by the way, you still remember Parambir Singh at 4 p.m. Abhishek, I'll never forget. 4 p.m. Parambir Singh sits to hold a news conference. 4 p.m. Abhishek, 3:59. Those shameless anchors put out a plate saying key news conference from Mumbai Police. And the moment he sits, they say there is a scam, even before Parambir Singh speaks. So what was evident to us all these years is that there was a nexus between the police, Sachin Vaze and gang, Parambir Singh, and some politician. And I just wish that those anchors who give sermons every night, Abhishek, and you know exactly who I'm talking about, many of them are in the neighborhood of Noida channels. I hope those shameless anchors today at least report for the months and months, and this propaganda went on for long, right, Abhishek? Went on for how many months? At least 5-6 months.
Let's do one thing.
Yeah.
Let's make a press release of this court proceeding.
Yes.
And let's see if those people who are so gung-ho about the fabricated case report the final truth.
Yeah.
Right?
We should. We'll put out a press release.
Okay, let me go to Shawan. Shawan, coming back to you. Coming back to you. You were mentioning something about Sachin Vaze. Okay, I'm told we lost Shawan there, and even Ranjan is not there on the news floor. But viewers, this is a stupendous development coming in on the TRP case, and an attempt was made. Arnab Goswami, that ratings are bought. In a way, it was not just an attack on Republic Network. The manner in which the entire thing went on, I think there was a coloring of the entire profession. Everyone perhaps thought that today Republic, tomorrow some other network, ratings can be bought. So in a way, it was unfortunate. It was unfortunate, and to that extent, those people who were sort of cheerleading the Mumbai Police fabrication were ultimately harming the cause of the profession. And today, I think there should be an element of introspection as to what they were doing, what leading to what. And with this verdict today now, it's not a verdict actually. Proceeding, which has brought to an end a charade that was started by Mumbai Police, and the then Mumbai Police Commissioner Paramveer Singh, in cahoots with some elements, I would say with some rival networks, and they were in cahoots with some rival networks, those cops at that time. And then, of course, they had blessings of the political establishment at that time, because the political establishment did not like the SSR coverage and the Palghar Sadhu's case coverage. And so this case was essentially created to pin down Republic Network and Arnab Goswami. I think we'll continue our rolling coverage of this very important development, and particularly those who have loved Republic, for those who have closely tracked Republic and see in Republic Network and its work and authentication of their worldview. I think we'll keep getting you all the details, slipping into a short break and coming on the other side.
Amity has been ranked among the top universities globally for producing the most employable graduates by the Times Higher Education UK. Yet another testimony to Amity's excellent placement record.
The theme for this year's annual summit of the Republic Media Network is Bharat, the next decade. India is a land of great opportunities. This is the time to grab the opportunities, to catalyze the run-up for the future. The Prime Minister will be delivering the chief keynote. We have confirmations from Home Minister Amit Shah, from Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, and a host of very, very special and distinguished speakers. I really hope you'll join us, and I hope to see you.
दोनों फोरमों की ओर से केएमएम और एसकेएम नॉन पॉलिटिकल के जो आज मोर्चा शंभू और खनौरी बॉर्डर पर चल रहा है, उनका आज 23वां दिन है लगभग। और जो हमने ऐलान कर रखा भी आज अन्य राज्यों से किसान दिल्ली मार्च शुरू करेंगे। तो हमने 6 से शुरू करने की बात की गई थी। अब दूर दुराडे है, कोई कहे कि आज ही दिल्ली पहुंच जाएंगे, ये संभव नहीं है। तो एक तो ये है अब चलेंगे, अब सरकार चलने देगी नहीं चलने देगी, कोई पैदल होगा तो उसका तो मालूम नहीं कितने दिन लगेंगे आते आते। रेल को भी अगर जहां से भी आए, रेल से मध्य प्रदेश से आए तो भी आज नहीं पहुंच सकते। बिहार से तो शायद कल भी समस्या, साउथ इंडिया से तो शायद 2-3 दिन लग जाए। ये पिक्चर क्लियर होते तो कह लीजिए 7, 8, 9, 10 तक का समय लगेगा, जो हम सोच रहे हैं। अब जो नजदीक के राज्य थे उनसे तो हम आगे बढ़ने वाले नहीं हैं, तो दूर दराडे के राज्य हैं। राजस्थान पास में है पर उसकी भी दूरी काफी है, वो भी 7, 8 से पहले वो भी नहीं पहुंच सकते, जो अभी दिख रहा हमें। तो एक तो आज जो है वो मार्च तो शुरू होगा, आज कुछ लोग कर लेंगे, 6 से बोला सा बढ़ेंगे, कुछ 7 को कर लेंगे। सरकार का देखिए क्या निर्णय है। सरकार तो एक बार बोल रही है अभी आप ट्रैक्टर ट्रॉली के बगैर आ जाएं, तभी जंतर मंतर पे तो एक धारा 144 है और दिल्ली में भी लगभग धारा 144 लगी हुई है। तो इसका मकसद तो केंद्र सरकार स्पष्ट करे, इसका मकसद क्या है। दूसरा, आज 23 दिन हो गया और इससे 5 दिन पहले से आपके लिए 28 दिन से पंजाब हरियाणा के बॉर्डर बंद कर रखे हैं। तो जो पंजाब की आर्थिकता का नुकसान हुआ है, इसके लिए केंद्र जिम्मेवार है। जो लोगों को, व्यापारी हैं, हमारी बहुत सी वेजिटेबल सब्जियां बाहर जानी है, बहुत बाहर से माल बहुत सा अंदर आना है, हर तरह की सप्लाई है। तो जो लोगों को इतनी दिक्कत आ रही है, क्या केंद्र सरकार बताएगी देश को तो ये दिक्कत क्यों दी जा रही है। जहां तक अब सवाल है एमएसपी लीगल गारंटी कानून का, उसके ऊपर कोई भी, तो मैं तो बोलता हूं भारत सरकार स्पष्ट करे, वो बनाना भी नहीं बनाना। तो लास्ट मंत्रिमंडल की मीटिंग में क्या ये इसके ऊपर कोई चर्चा हुई? तो मंत्रिमंडल ही तय करता है ना भी क्या देना है। अगर उसमें कोई चर्चा नहीं हुई है तो इसका मतलब हमें ये देने वाले नहीं है, किसान मजदूर का कर्ज खत्म करने वाले नहीं है। इसी के साथ जो हमारे केस समेत पंजाब दिल्ली में डले वो भी वापस लेने की तैयारी नहीं है। लखीमपुर का इंसाफ नहीं देंगे। बिजली बिल 2023 जो बना रखा उसके ऊपर तो बोलते भी नहीं है उसमें। दोनों फोरमों की ओर से केएमएम और एसकेएम नॉन पॉलिटिकल के जो आज मोर्चा शंभू और खनौरी बॉर्डर पर चल रहा है, उनका आज 23वां दिन है लगभग। और जो हमने ऐलान कर रखा भी आज अन्य राज्यों से किसान दिल्ली मार्च शुरू करेंगे, तो हमने 6 से शुरू करने की बात की गई थी। अब दूर दराडे है, कोई कहे कि आज ही दिल्ली पहुंच जाएंगे, ये संभव नहीं है। तो एक तो ये है चलेंगे, अब सरकार चलने देगी नहीं चलने देगी, कोई पैदल होगा तो उसका तो मालूम नहीं कितने दिन लगेंगे आते आते। रेल को भी अगर जहां से भी आए, रेल से मध्य प्रदेश से आए तो भी आज नहीं पहुंच सकते। बिहार से तो शायद कल भी समस्या, साउथ इंडिया से तो शायद 2-3 दिन लग जाए। ये पिक्चर क्लियर होते तो कह लीजिए 7, 8, 9, 10 तक का समय लगेगा जो हम सोच रहे हैं। अब जो नजदीक के राज्य थे उनसे तो हम आगे बढ़ने वाले नहीं हैं, तो दूर दराडे के राज्य हैं। राजस्थान पास में है पर उसकी भी दूरी काफी है, वो भी 7, 8 से पहले वो भी नहीं पहुंच सकते जो अभी दिख रहा हमें। तो एक तो आज जो है वो मार्च तो शुरू होगा, आज कुछ लोग कर लेंगे, 6 से बोला सा बढ़ेंगे, कुछ 7 को कर लेंगे। सरकार का देखिए क्या निर्णय है। सरकार तो एक बार बोल रही है अभी आप ट्रैक्टर ट्रॉली के बगैर आ जाएं, तभी जंतर मंतर पे तो एक धारा 144 है और दिल्ली में भी लगभग धारा 144 लगी हुई है। तो इसका मकसद तो केंद्र सरकार स्पष्ट करे कि इसका मकसद क्या है। दूसरा, आज 23 दिन हो गया और इससे 5 दिन पहले से आपके लिए 28 दिन से पंजाब हरियाणा के बॉर्डर बंद कर रखे हैं। तो जो पंजाब की आर्थिकता का नुकसान हुआ है इसके लिए केंद्र जिम्मेवार है। जो लोगों को, व्यापारी हैं, हमारी बहुत सी वेजिटेबल सब्जियां बाहर जानी है, बहुत बाहर से माल बहुत सा अंदर आना है, हर तरह की सप्लाई है। तो जो लोगों को इतनी दिक्कत आ रही है, क्या केंद्र सरकार बताएगी देश को तो ये दिक्कत क्यों दी जा रही है?
Welcome viewers, you're watching Republic TV. Republic Media Network's annual summit is scheduled for tomorrow in the national capital. Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi will deliver the keynote address. His presence is the highlight of this year's event, which is on the theme Bharat, the next decade. We are also extremely happy, viewers, to share with you that Honorable Home Minister Amit Shah and Honorable Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will be the keynote speakers at the summit. Stand by for Bharat's biggest news event. It's an event that you will not want to miss at all, and it's an event that you cannot miss. You're watching the biggest story tonight with me, Shivangi Shukla, and these are the headlines we are tracking right now. False TRP case against Republic completely collapses after admission of falsification. No evidences found. Court order proves Republic was right. Fake TRP case now stands closed. Court order mentions witnesses were threatened and coerced. Detailed order to be out soon. CBI team reaches police headquarters in Kolkata, but will Shah Jahan be handed over this time? Trouble mounts for Mamata government as Calcutta High Court initiates contempt proceedings. Prime Minister meets Sandeshkhali survivors, hits out in Mamata. Government says TMC is anti-women. Viewers, it's a huge battle. The battle went on for 3.5 years. And today, Republic has been vindicated. The court has now said that the case against Republic was fake. And not only this, the witnesses were threatened and they were coerced. With no evidences found whatsoever, the false TRP case has now completely collapsed. That is right. Let's listen in to what our editor-in-chief, Arnab Goswami, had to say.
Yes, Rhythm. First of all, looking forward to seeing you.
Yes.
And in a bit to share all this joy in person with you. Can you hear me, Rhythm? Can you be on air?
Yes, Arnab, please. Yes, we can.
I just want to say, yes, this is a very big day. It's a day which I have been looking forward to for a very long time. But it's never a day which I thought would not come. I always knew it was a matter of time. It's a question of the patient wait and of the one unwavering belief that lies never win, that fabrications don't win, that conspiracies don't win, that hard work wins, that truth wins, that determination wins, that willpower wins. For me, it was just the faith in my team, but more than that, the faith in the truth. And even more than that, the faith in the Lord Almighty, that against all the greatest of conspiracies, the truth will come out. And I want to say something to everyone in my team and across the media industry today. Everybody knew that this case was fake. Nobody had a shred of doubt about it. Nobody believed the concocted claims of this case. There is not a single person who won't tell you, even my biggest enemies won't tell you behind closed doors, that this was an attempt at fixing me, at fixing Republic, at stopping the growth of Republic, at trying to go even with us using illegal means, using fabrication, using falsehoods, using a pliable police commissioner, and a person called Sachin Waze, who's absolutely nothing but the worst kind of a criminal in uniform. The tragedy is that all the people in the media and so many people and politicians conspired at that point of time to essentially try and bring Republic to a grinding halt. And Rhythm and everyone, it has taken 3.5 years. But I think what should be noted in today's observations and in the evidence that was put out before this entire case, in the lines that were put out by the state while arguing before the court, and I'm told the public prosecutor said that yes, evidence was fabricated, evidence was made up. Can you believe that? That is such a big thing to say to them. You know, the impact of something like that when the state itself is compelled because of the fact that false evidence was put out, and Abhishek is with me. The state came before the court and said, and actually put in an application, and said there is not a shred of evidence in this case that we have been able to find. And the court asked that why should the case be closed? They said the evidence was fabricated and that evidence was put out against 164, which was under falsification and coercion. So evidence was coerced out of people and they were threatened to give evidence against Republic. And that's such a big thing. And against that and this kind of evidence, the court said that there is no complaint in the case. There is no evidence in the case and the case has to be closed. So first thoughts to you, Abhishek. big fight for all of us.
It's such a relief. It was such a hate crime against us, our network,
well said.
against you personally.
Yeah.
Such level of conceit by the state. In fact, I want to ask a question. Let it be conversational. You know, what load off your chest?
Well, I mean, the load has been off my chest for a very long time. There was never any load on my chest. Because there was never any feeling that there's anything wrong that has been done. In fact, I was flabbergasted at the manner in which a case like this could be created, fabricated. I still cannot bring myself to believe that a police commissioner actually sat there and told the people of this country that Arnab Goswami pays people 500 rupees to watch his channel. And I find it horrifying to even think that anybody believed that, because I know they don't. Because when I came out of jail, there were people who supported me. When I was put in jail, there were people who were supporting me. When I was being questioned and interrogated numerous number of times, the people never lost any faith in me. They stood by me. So there was never any load on my chest, but there was always this feeling that technically when will this case come to its final closure? It's the technicality, but it's the wait. It's the wait. And we have had a very patient wait, Abhishek. Yeah. So frankly, for me, yes, I feel very relieved today, but there was never any load on my chest. It was just this apprehension of when it would end.
There is a reason why it was loaded with dishonesty and conceit, Arnab. And I'm just, for the viewers, you have to listen to this. Somebody sent this to me yesterday from South Gujarat, someone who has turned Your Nation Wants to Know as a caller tune.
That's amazing.
And this is masses, this is people.
Yeah.
Who see in you as someone who represents their voice in the studios, and for the police to be guided by the state at that time.
No, it was, the circumstances in which that happened. We were fighting the Uddhav Thackeray government. The SSR case was going on. We were piling on a lot of evidence.
The
Palghar case was going on. We were inconvenient people there, and the administration in Mumbai and in Maharashtra wanted to stop us. And I've always said that for all the good that we have done, we have built a lot of very powerful enemies, and all the powerful enemies conspired with the government in Maharashtra, with Uddhav Thackeray, with the Uddhav Thackeray Sharad Pawar government and the Congress government, and they thought that if they can fix Republic once and for all, it's good. And in this entire case, there was also this feeling that it's a very convenient thing to do for the rest of the media industry, because they were looking at it in terms of commerce. We were affecting their reach, we were affecting their popularity, we were affecting their advertising, we were affecting their revenues. They wanted to stop us. They knew that this is an ambitious organization that is not going to stop, that's going to grow into different languages. We had statements of intent, but more than that, we didn't have proof of concept. We had proof of execution. And we were the only, and we still are in 2024, we are the only group of journalists running a network. And that is what makes us a real threat for these people, Abhishek. You see, when a group of journalists who have no cause but journalism and content and journalism and news, when they take over the reins of a news organization, and there is absolutely no lever on us, there is absolutely no way in which you can put a stop on us. You cannot make, you cannot make a politician call me, you cannot make a businessman call me, you can't make anyone call terms to me, because we are free. We are free to do what we want to. And because we didn't have those levers, because I was no longer working for Bennett Coleman, even Bennett Coleman and Times Group did unimaginable things to me and published so many wrongs today. And in fact, there's one thing which I must say on record, that all those media organizations, and I'm saying that looking at them, all those media organizations which put out falsehoods against me should have the courage to put out the truth. Yes. The truth has to be put out. Falsehoods cannot be allowed to settle. But that's a reality. The fact is, they put out front page news every day with an attempt to tarnish our reputation. And today I want to say that I'm grateful. I am deeply, 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 deeply grateful to all people who have believed in Republic. Because it is their belief which has taken us along, and it is their belief which makes us stick. And today is a really big day for us, so I'll hand it over to you. I'll go across to Hindi channel. But Abhishek, take it forward with rhythm. But let me just say to everyone tonight, I'm very happy today. And it's remarkable, this day is happening before Republic Summit tomorrow. So I think all will be very good this year.
Viewers, much more coming up on the biggest story tonight. CBI team reaches police headquarters in Kolkata, but will Shah Jahan be handed over this time? Plus, trouble mounts for Mamata government as Calcutta High Court initiates contempt proceedings.
MIT has been ranked among the top universities globally for producing the most employable graduates by the Times Higher Education UK. Yet another testimony to Amity's excellent placement record.
Throughout my life, I've been inspired by arts and culture. It has deeply moved me, and I'm very passionate about it. When it came to my youngest son, Anand's wedding with Radhika, I had two important wishes. First, I wanted to celebrate our roots. Jamnagar holds a special place in our hearts and has a profound significance. Gujarat is where we come from. It's where Mukesh and his father built the refinery, and I started my career.
Ananya, look here! Ananya! Seat! Alin sir! Salam, look here!
Our esteemed friends and family, Namaste and good evening to each and every one of you.
And my father and mother have always made me feel that if I can think, I'll do it. And I think that is what my father and mother mean to me. And I am eternally grateful. Now I'll come to Radhika. I'm 100% the lucky one. There's no doubt about that. I also don't know how I got Radhika.
Expression of care and compassion for wildlife and taking care and making sure every one of them lives and thrives to some extent, whatever extent we can. Every life has a full-fledged life like ourselves. They have their family, they have their emotions, they have everything that we have. I think that has not sunk into human minds. So a place like this can play a significant role.
You want to relax or want to walk around? We want to walk. We want to walk. Okay, you'll have 2 hours? Yep.
I know, I told him that already.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, I never really wanted to get a watch, but after seeing that, I was like, you know, watches are cool.
I might want that.
Not that.
Not
but
want that one, but things
This Don has been caught by his 4 little grandchildren who have wrapped him around their little fingers. Mukesh, chalo na. We are getting late. It's our little Anand Sangeet.
Yes, boss.
के समय बहनें आसानी से शिकायत कर सके, इसलिए महिला हेल्पलाइन बनाई गई है। लेकिन टीएमसी सरकार इस व्यवस्था को यहां लागू नहीं होने दे रही है। ऐसी महिला विरोधी टीएमसी सरकार महिलाओं का कभी भला नहीं कर सकती। गरीब, दलित, वंचित, आदिवासी परिवार की बहनों बेटियों के साथ टीएमसी के नेता जगह जगह अत्याचार कर रहे हैं। लेकिन टीएमसी सरकार को अपने अत्याचारी नेता पर भरोसा है, बांग्ला बहन बेटियों पर भरोसा नहीं है। टीएमसी सरकार बंगाल की महिलाओं के गुनहगार को बचाने के लिए पूरी शक्ति लगा रही है। लेकिन पहले हाई कोर्ट और फिर सुप्रीम कोर्ट से भी राज्य सरकार को झटका लगा है।
Throughout my life, I've been inspired by arts and culture. It has deeply moved me, and I'm very passionate about it. When it came to my youngest son, Anand's wedding with Radhika, I had two important wishes. First, I wanted to celebrate our roots. Jamnagar holds a special place in our hearts and has a profound significance. Gujarat is where we come from. It's where Mukesh and his father built the refinery, and I started my career.
Ananya, look here! Ananya! Seat! Ali sir! Salam, look here!
Our esteemed friends and family, Namaste and good evening to each and every one of you.
And my father and mother have always made me feel that if I can think, I'll do it. And I think that is what my father and mother mean to me. And I am eternally grateful. Now I'll come to Radhika. I'm 100% the lucky one. There's no doubt about that. I also don't know how I got Radhika.
Expression of care and compassion for wildlife and taking care and making sure every one of them lives and thrive to some extent, whatever extent we can. Every life has a full-fledged life like ourselves. They have their family, they have their emotions, they have everything that we have. I think that has not sunk into human minds. So a place like this can play a significant role.
Do you want to relax or want to walk around? We want to walk. Yeah, walk. Okay, do you have 2 hours?
Yep.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, I never really wanted to get a watch, but after seeing that, I was like, you know, watches are cool.
You might want that.
Not that.
Not
but
want that one, but things like
Amity has been ranked among the top universities globally for producing the most employable graduates by the Times Higher Education UK. Yet another testimony to Amity's excellent placement record.
दोनों फोरमों की ओर से केएमएम और एसकेएम नॉन पॉलिटिकल के जो आज मोर्चा शंभू और खनौरी बॉर्डर पर चल रहा है, उनका आज 23वां दिन है लगभग। और जो हमने ऐलान कर रखा भी आज अन्य राज्यों से किसान दिल्ली मार्च शुरू करेंगे, तो हमने 6 से शुरू करने की बात की गई थी। अब दूर दराडे है, कोई कहे कि आज ही दिल्ली पहुंच जाएंगे, ये संभव नहीं है। तो एक तो ये है चलेंगे, अब सरकार चलने देगी नहीं चलने देगी, कोई पैदल होगा तो उसका तो मालूम नहीं कितने दिन लगेंगे आते आते। रेल को भी अगर जहां से भी आए, रेल से मध्य प्रदेश से आए तो भी आज नहीं पहुंच सकते। बिहार से तो शायद कल भी समस्या, साउथ इंडिया से तो शायद 2-3 दिन लग जाए। ये पिक्चर क्लियर होते तो कह लीजिए 7, 8, 9, 10 तक का समय लगेगा जो हम सोच रहे हैं। अब जो नजदीक के राज्य थे उनसे तो हम आगे बढ़ने वाले नहीं हैं, तो दूर दराडे के राज्य हैं। राजस्थान पास में है पर उसकी भी दूरी काफी है, वो भी 7, 8 से पहले वो भी नहीं पहुंच सकते जो अभी दिख रहा हमें। तो एक तो आज जो है वो मार्च तो शुरू होगा, आज कुछ लोग कर लेंगे, 6 से बोला सा बढ़ेंगे, कुछ 7 को कर लेंगे। सरकार का देखिए क्या निर्णय है। सरकार तो एक बार बोल रही है अभी आप ट्रैक्टर ट्रॉली के बगैर आ जाएं, तभी जंतर मंतर पे तो एक धारा 144 है और दिल्ली में भी लगभग धारा 144 लगी हुई है। तो इसका मकसद तो केंद्र सरकार स्पष्ट करे कि इसका मकसद क्या है। दूसरा,
Viewers, it's time for Superfast 50. I'm Shivangi Shukla. Let's get started. After 3.5 years of persistent, honest fight, Republic stands vindicated as a false TRP case collapses after admission of falsification. Court order proves Republic right after case as Maharashtra government withdraws the fake case against Republic in the Bombay High Court. In a court, Maharashtra's crime branch has accepted their evidence was falsely planted against Republic Media Network in the fake TRP case. The Maharashtra Police has accepted in court that in the fake TRP case, the witnesses were threatened. They were coerced into giving statements against Republic Media Network. NCW Chief Rekha Sharma called in President Draupadi Murmu at the Rashtrapati Bhavan to submit the panel's report on the atrocities in Sandeshkhali. NCW panel in its letter to President Murmu has recommended that imposing President's rule in West Bengal. Calcutta High Court allows ED to file a contempt plea against Mamata government for not handing over Shah Jahan to CBI. Says just because the case is pending with the Supreme Court does not mean the High Court order should not be followed. After multiple attempts to delay the process despite Calcutta High Court's order, the West Bengal CID has handed over the custody of arrested mafia Sheikh Shah Jahan to CBI. Celebrations erupted all over Sandeshkhali. They were observed after High Court's order of Sheikh Shah Jahan's handover to the CBI. Out of the 40 women that came from Sandeshkhali, Prime Minister Modi met 5 of them, heard their grievances and assured them of his support. PM Modi inaugurated and laid the foundation stone of multiple development projects in Bihar worth over 12,500 crores. He also addressed a rally in Heraut at the opposition over their Parivarvad politics. PM Modi holds roadshow at 12-kilometer stretch in Bengal's Barashat. This is Prime Minister's second visit to Bengal in the last 5 days. Climbing the Mamata-led TMC government in West Bengal, PM Modi charges that Mamata's misgovernance in the state, calls her government anti-women. In a scathing attack on the Mamata government, Prime Minister Modi questioned the delay in the arrest of mafia Don Shah Jahan Sheikh, says TMC is using all its might to save the culprits of Sandeshkhali. Blaming Mamata's misgovernance, Prime Minister Modi says central schemes including helplines for women are not being implemented in West Bengal, questions Mamata over lapses. After Lalu Prasad Yadav's drive on PM Modi for not having a family, PM Modi has hit back in West Bengal, says people of Bengal are my family. Sources have informed Republic that the seat-sharing formula has been finalized. Eknath Shinde-led Shiv Sena is expected to get 13 seats, while Ajit Pawar faction of NCP is likely to get 6 seats and 29 seats for BJP. Senior congressman and former Maharashtra CM Prithviraj Chavan has now passed a baton to Coordination Committee for Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi's seat-sharing formula. And says decision will come at the right time. The committee will accommodate Prakash Ambedkar accordingly. The MVA government, the meeting in fact has concluded without any announcement of names. Leaders say that decisions will be taken at the next meeting of the Coordination Committee on March 9th. Now the VBA chief Prakash Ambedkar calls the discussions positive. Union Minister Smriti Irani slammed the Congress for taking so long and talking so long to declare a candidate from Amethi amid speculation of where Rahul Gandhi would contest from. Says it's a strange spectacle in the politics of Congress. Former TMC leader Tapash Roy joined the BJP in presence of Bengal BJP leader Suvendu Adhikari at the party office in Kolkata. During his visit to West Bengal, Prime Minister Modi inaugurated India's first underwater metro line in Kolkata that features a 10.8-kilometer long underwater tunnel. That the Prime Minister also took a ride on the train from Esplanade to Havra Maidan along with several other school students. While speaking at the event in Mumbai, Home Minister Amit Shah says that this year 40 nations will go to polls around the world, which will determine their governments for the next 4 to 5 years. But elections in India will decide the next 25 years. Delhi High Court sets aside the suspension of 7 BJP MLAs from the Delhi Legislative Assembly for an indefinite time after they accepted a petition challenging the Delhi BJP MLA suspension. BJP hails relief and says they were wrongly suspended for raising people's voice. Face-off between Aam Aadmi Party and Congress intensifies in Punjab State Assembly after sloganeering by the Congress MLAs in the House. Punjab Assembly Speaker marshalled all the Congress members out from the State Assembly except Sandeep Jhakar for leaving their seats and creating havoc. Tamil Nadu BJP President K.N. Malai held a meeting at the party headquarters in Chennai ahead of the Lok Sabha elections. The meeting primarily focuses on finalizing candidates for the upcoming election. The meeting took place in the presence of BJP State President, Union Minister L. Murugan and other senior party leaders. Himachal Pradesh Minister Vikram Aditya Singh met the 6 rebel Congress MLAs after their disqualification petition reaches Supreme Court. Says, I went to meet the MLAs and convey their sentiments to the High Command, adding that the MLAs have to take a decision on how things pan out in times to come. Congress Secretary Sudhir Sharma was expelled from his position by the Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge. He was one of the disqualified rebel MLAs who had cross-voted to BJP during Rajya Sabha polls. The Congress General Secretary Ravindra Shrikantaiah from Mandya has now submitted his resignation to the Congress chief D.K. Shivakumar, saying the party is unilaterally taking decisions for the Lok Sabha elections without consultation with local leaders. In another blow to the DMK in the state of Tamil Nadu, All India Forward Bloc dumps DMK and India Alliance, joins hands with the AIA-DMK party leaders, meet AIA-DMK General Secretary Palaniswamy to cement ties. Chief Electoral Officer Dr. BVRC Purushottam held a coordination meeting with central and state level enforcement agencies ahead of the Lok Sabha elections. The meet was held to ensure coordination easier among agencies for conducting the election smoothly. As Israel and Hamas continue to negotiate a ceasefire ahead of the Muslim holy month of Ramadan, explosions and smoke were once again seen on the Gaza skyline as IDF movement was spotted along the border of Gaza Strip. After Netanyahu's main political rival and cabinet member meets U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken, U.S. officials reiterate that an opportunity for an immediate ceasefire between Israel and Gaza is within reach. Says skeptical, is Hamas actually wanting a deal as it blocks legitimate requests like giving names of hostages to the released. In another round of humanitarian assistance, the French Air Force carried out a joint operation with Jordan, with Egypt and UAE to airdrop crucial aid in Gaza. This comes as airdrops have emerged as a supplementary method to supply aid in the war-stricken strip amid the intensified conflict with Israel. Hundreds of desperate Palestinians chased after 8 trucks in the outskirts of Gaza City. As per the UN, northern Gaza has barely received any aid in recent weeks as the Israel offensive intensified in the region. UN warns the situation is so bad that it could cause a famine. Video captures a massive rocket barrage intercepted by Israel Iron Dome defense system in Kiryat Shimona. This comes after IDF reported several rockets and projectiles launched from across the Lebanese border into northern Israel. Ukraine has unveiled the latest model of the Sea Baby drone used to hit Russian frigates, minesweepers, patrol ships in the Black Sea, saying it is the first nation in the world to set up a dedicated unit for such drones, which can carry a ton of explosives and travels at a speed of 90 kilometers per hour with a range of over 1,000 kilometers. United Nations Atomic Watchdog IAEA's director Rafael Mariano Grossi arrived in Russia for talks on nuclear safety in Ukraine amid risks to Europe's largest nuclear power plant amid the war. Grossi is slated to meet Rostom head Alexei Lekachev and Russian President Vladimir Putin. Russian Foreign Minister has now slammed International Criminal Court's issue of arrest warrants against top Russian commanders, saying that such decisions have no significance for Russia as Russia does not participate at ICC. This comes after the ICC in a recent ruling had called for arrest of top Russian commanders. Yemen's Houthi rebels say that they carried out a qualitative military operation against 2 US warships in the Red Sea. And in fact, they're confirming that destroyer USS Carney was targeted but reported no damages or injuries, as all weapons were either intercepted or fell short. Russian and Nigerian foreign ministry held talks in Moscow where they discussed future relations between the two countries. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov emphasized the importance of the meet, saying that Nigeria is a priority partner on the African continent. Former US President and frontrunner for Republican nomination Donald Trump wins California, Texas, and 10 other presidential primaries in his bid for a second term in the White House. Calls it an amazing night. US President Joe Biden also emerged as the front-running Democrat in presidential primaries in over 16 states, including California, Texas, North Carolina, Alabama, and Colorado. And the 81-year-old Democrat is leading for his party's nomination, which may lead to a repeat contest in 2024 against Donald Trump. Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley scored an upset victory against former President Donald Trump by winning the Vermont presidential primary. This is Haley's second primary win after she won in the District of Columbia. Swedish and Finnish Marines engaged in the operations from the US Navy warship in the Norwegian Arctic ahead of NATO's large-scale exercise Steadfast Defender 2024. Sweden is presently in its final stages of completing formalities to join NATO later this month. Chinese and Philippine Coast Guard vessels collided in the disputed South China Sea, leaving 4 Filipino crew members injured in high seas confrontations. Philippine officials said that the Chinese Coast Guard ships accompanying vessels blocked the Philippine Coast Guard vessels and executed dangerous maneuvers that caused the collisions. After collision between Coast Guard vessels of China and Philippines, Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has now expressed his concern over the unsafe and destabilizing behavior in the South China Sea, saying that actions in the South China Sea must alleviate tensions and not add to them. Hong Kong authorities have reassured that its new security law it wishes to pass will not introduce bans on social media apps like China. The Hong Kong authorities said that Hong Kong residents will continue to access social media, unlike China, which only allows citizens to log into local versions of global platforms. Amid ongoing doctors' protests in South Korea, in which doctors are slamming the government's policy to introduce more doctors into the system, South Korean president slammed the protesting doctors for abdicating their responsibility towards patients, calling their strike an illegal collective action that violates the lives of the people. After the Portuguese Prime Minister Antonio Costa resigned as the Prime Minister last November over corruption investigation, the Portuguese people are to head for polls on March 10 to elect a new Prime Minister. And the Peruvian President of the Council of Ministers, Alberto Otarola, resigned from office amid corruption allegations. This comes after a corruption investigation was launched against him for allegedly sponsoring a negotiation which is incompatible with his position.
Are you planning a Europe tour this vacation season? Then this video is quite apt for you. Republic Business brings to you the checklist of all the documents that you need for your Europe travel. The passport validity requirement for Schengen visa holders is that the passport must be valid for at least 3 months before the intended departure date from the Schengen area. Additionally, the passport must have been issued within the last 10 years. You may have to provide supporting documents to border officials upon arrival. It is a standard part of the immigration process in many countries, including those within the Schengen area. The supporting documents can be an invitation letter, proof of lodging or return, or a round-trip ticket. A Schengen visa allows travelers to visit any of the 26 European countries that are a part of the Schengen area with a single visa. So the Schengen visa application process follows a similar structure across most countries. First, you'll have to figure out what type of Schengen visa you need. This will depend on the purpose and length of your trip, as well as how many times you plan to visit the country or countries in the Schengen area. The standard Schengen visa is a short stay visa. For longer stays, one would require a work or study visa. You can even apply for a multi-entry visa if you plan to travel to the Schengen area regularly. Next on your list is the Schengen work visa. Indians moving to Europe for employment must apply for a Schengen work visa. So the applicant must have an existing employment contract from the employer residing in the Schengen country. All the Indian students who are planning for higher studies in Europe have to apply for a Schengen student visa. So, the Schengen visa requires the applicant to submit a letter of acceptance from the university, college or school. You must ensure to apply for the visa within the appropriate time frame. Applications can typically be submitted no earlier than 6 months before the intended travel date and no later than 15 days before the trip. After selecting the visa you need, you'll have to get all the necessary paperwork together. Then, you fill out and submit an application. Moreover, you'll need to attend an interview at the appropriate consulate, embassy or visa application center. So what's the cost of applying for a Schengen visa? Well, the cost of applying for a Schengen visa can vary depending on several factors including the type of visa, the country you're applying to and any additional services you might require. A Schengen visa from India for one adult therefore costs 80 euros or around Rs 7,170. The same rate applies to children from 12 to 18 years old. For children from 6 to 11 years old, the rate is around 40 euros, which translates to around Rs 3,585. And for children under 6 years of age, the Schengen visa is free.
आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री महोदय द्वारा हरी झंडी दिखाते ही आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री महोदय द्वारा हरी झंडी दिखाते ही ट्रेन अपनी प्रथम यात्रा पर रवाना कवि सुभाष से हेमंत मुखोपाध्याय ताराताला माझेरहाट रूबी हॉल क्लिनिक से रामबाड़ी एसएन जंक्शन से त्रिपुनितुरा लोहाई से मोदीनगर नॉर्थ ताजपूर्वी गेट से मनकामेश्वर मंदिर भारत की प्रगति की दिशा में एक अविस्मरणीय कदम और इस क्षण के साक्षी बनते हुए हम सभी आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री महोदय का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to proudly share with you that Prime Minister Narendra Modi has agreed to be the chief guest to deliver the chief keynote address at the annual summit of the Republic Media Network, which is scheduled for the 7th of March. The Prime Minister's presence is the highlight of this year's event, as always, which is on the theme, Bharat, the Next Decade. We are truly grateful. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm also extremely happy to share with you that the Honorable Home Minister of India, Shri Amit Shah, and the Honorable Finance Minister of India, Nirmala Sitharaman, will also be keynote speakers at the Republic Media Network's annual summit on the 7th of March. Over the next few days, I will be sharing with you the names of some of our other speakers and how you can be a part of the event as well. The Republic Media Network's annual summit, our marquee event, is on the 7th of March, and our chief guest is the Prime Minister of India. The theme for this year's annual summit of the Republic Media Network is Bharat, the Next Decade. India is a land of great opportunities. This is the time to grab the opportunities, to catalyze the run-up for the future. The Prime Minister will be delivering the chief keynote. We have confirmations from Home Minister Amit Shah, from Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, and a host of very, very special and distinguished speakers. I really hope you'll join us, and I hope to see you.
Amity has been ranked among the top universities globally for producing the most employable graduates by the Times Higher Education UK. Yet another testimony to Amity's excellent placement record.
जब वो सत्ता में थे तो उनका घमंड ऐसा कि उन्होंने भगवान राम का कोई अस्तित्व नहीं ऐसा एफिडेविट देश की एक कोर्ट में दे दिया। उनका घमंड देखिए कि जब वो सत्ता में थे तब उन्होंने दस्तावेज दे दिया कि राम सेतु नाम की कोई चीज नहीं। अहंकार आज भी बरकरार है। जब रामलला का भव्य मंदिर निर्मित हो रहा था, जब प्राण प्रतिष्ठा समारोह के लिए उनको भी आमंत्रित किया गया, अहंकार देखिए, उन्होंने आमंत्रण को ठुकरा दिया। देवेंद्र भाई, रस्सी जल गई, बल नहीं गया। इसलिए आज आप सबसे कहती हूं कि हर राम भक्त ने जिसने धर्म के लिए धैर्य दिखाया, आज पुनः धैर्य दिखाने का समय आया है। हमको उकसाया जाएगा, कुछ लोगों को एआई के माध्यम से, डीपफेक के माध्यम से बरगलाया जाएगा, लेकिन आज हम डंके की चोट पर कह सकते हैं, और अगर राहुल गांधी तक मेरी आवाज पहुंचे तो कान खोलकर सुन लो, मैदान तुम चुनो, कार्यकर्ता हम देंगे। आओ, तुम्हारे 10 साल और मोदी के 10 साल के बीच में क्या फर्क है, इस पे चर्चा हो जाए। मैं नहीं कहती मैं जाऊंगी चर्चा के लिए, तब पक्का नहीं आएंगे तेजस्वी, लेकिन इतनी गारंटी देती हूं कि युवा मोर्चा का एक भी साधारण कार्यकर्ता जाकर राहुल गांधी के सामने बोलने लगे तो राहुल गांधी में इतना दम नहीं कि युवा मोर्चा के किसी कार्यकर्ता के सामने टिक जाएगा। और अगर युवा मोर्चा के किसी कार्यकर्ता को यह मौका मिले कि जो अन्याय करने के बाद न्याय यात्रा निकालने का ढोंग कर रहे हैं, उनसे अगर बात करने का मौका मिले, तब एक प्रश्न अपनी दीदी की ओर से जरूर पूछना कि प्रभु राम के अस्तित्व को नकारा, भारत की सेना के शौर्य को धिक्कार कर राहुल गांधी और उसके नेताओं ने देश की संसद में भारत की सेना से प्रमाण मांगा उनके पराक्रम का। मैं उस महाराष्ट्र में काम कर चुकी हूं जहां पर 26/11 का आतंक हम सब ने अपनी आंखों से देखा। हम सबको याद है, पाकिस्तान से आतंकवादी आए, मुंबई की सड़कों को लहूलुहान कर दिया और दिल्ली में बैठी सोनिया मैडम की सरकार चुपचाप तमाशा देखती रही। हम सब महाराष्ट्र में इस बात के साक्षी हैं। नितिन जी को याद होगा, गृह मंत्री को उस वक्त कांग्रेस की सरकार में कपड़े बदलने से और प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करने से फुर्सत नहीं मिल रही थी, और यहां पर जनता त्राहिमाम कर रही थी कि किसी को तो भेजो ताकि हमारी रक्षा हो सके। और उस शाम जब मुंबई लहूलुहान हो रही थी, तब मीडिया के माध्यम से
Republic wins TRP case. False TRP case against Republic completely collapses after admission of falsification. No evidence found, court orders proves Republic was right. Fake TRP case now stands closed. Court order mentions witnesses were threatened and coerced. Detail order to be out soon. All attempts to stall CBI investigation failed. Central agency now gets Mafia Don Shah Jahan's custody. Trouble mounts for Mamta government as Calcutta High Court initiates contempt proceedings. Prime Minister meets Sandeshkhali survivors, hits out at Mamta government, says TMC is anti-women. The riverine island of Sandeshkhali in North 24 Parganas district has been on the boil over allegations sexual violence against women and land encroachment. Amid the row, the Calcutta High Court has wrapped up the state police for playing hide and seek in the handover of Shah Jahan Sheikh's matter. Meanwhile, Prime Minister met the victims of Sandeshkhali today, stating that the storm and outrage of the women cannot be contained. Instead, it is now a pan-India uprising against Mamta's government. That is what we debate in Burning Question today. Have a look at this report.
Days after Mafia Don Shah Jahan was arrested, anger over Sandeshkhali horror is only boiling. In a full frontal attack, PM Modi tore into the Mamata government, calling it anti-woman.
साथियों, तुष्टीकरण और तोलाबाजों के दबाव में काम करने वाली टीएमसी सरकार कभी भी बहन बेटियों को सुरक्षा नहीं दे सकती। ऐसी महिला विरोधी टीएमसी सरकार महिलाओं का कभी भला नहीं कर सकती।
Addressing a Nari Shakti rally in Barasat, PM launched a scathing attack on the TMC government for shielding culprit Sheikh Shah Jahan for days.
टीएमसी सरकार बंगाल की महिलाओं के गुनहगार को बचाने के लिए पूरी शक्ति लगा रही है, लेकिन पहले हाई कोर्ट और फिर सुप्रीम कोर्ट से भी राज्य सरकार को झटका लगा है।
Later, PM Modi met with survivors of Sandeshkhali who narrated their tales of horror. Senior BJP leader Hardeep Singh Puri alleged that the state police was biased and action on accused is delayed.
I think it is a matter of great shame and highly condemnable that a state government allows this kind of an incident to take place, then for 55 days they don't allow him to be arrested, and then when he is produced.
Meanwhile, the NCW has written to President Murmu and called for a president's rule in the state. Is the custody battle of Mafia Don Sheikh Shah Jahan the biggest flashpoint of Bengal government? That's the burning question.
And my guest on Burning Question, spokesperson of the BJP, Shatarupa, joins us. We have senior lawyer, advocate Swapnil Kothari joining us. Also, Sanjay Sarkar, senior TMC leader, joins us on Burning Question. Mr. Sarkar, I would like to ask you first, because not arresting Shah Jahan Sheikh for 55 days, then arresting him and giving him a clear VVIP treatment, which can be clearly seen in the video that has surfaced, and then not handing him over to the CBI after a clear-cut court order. What is happening in the state of Bengal?
Already handover Sheikh Shah Jahan by CBI.
And so many Shahjahan is so many Sheikh Shahjahan in BJP party. Do you know the 2021 one of most of the mafia leaders joined in Bharatiya Janata Party. His name is Raju Jha. This is the coal mafia. One of the terrorist activities involved in Bharatiya Janata Party. His name is W. Ansari, who was the terrific semi-activist and terrorist. He was the involved in Bharatiya Janata Party. Who was the join in Bharatiya Janata Party? Dilip Ghosh. So many is there also. And the Pradeep Singh was the rapist. Who is the Pradeep Singh? Pradeep Singh is the Bharatiya Janata Party MLA.
You're pointing out that BJP has that law, so we are going to flout court orders. We are not going to catch Shah Jahan. Is that the excuse that you have, Mr. Sarkar? Is that the excuse you have for not arresting Shah Jahan Sheikh for 55 days? The BJP has done it and we are going to follow them. Are you following the BJP?
No. Who was the arrest by Shahjahan Sheikh? Who was the arrest by Shahjahan Sheikh? State police, this is Mamata government police was arrested.
And who flouted the court orders?
Shahjahan Sheikh.
Who flouted the court orders? Why did the court have to remind you twice that you have to hand over? You have to hand over Shah Jahan to the CBI.
Number 2 in the world. Number one.
There is a contempt proceeding initiated against the Mamata government for not handing him over. Why? Why? If you were doing everything right, why a contempt proceeding, Mr. Sarkar?
Zero tolerance, any mafia, terrorist and rapist. But the zero tolerance.
Sarkar,
but
two wrongs will never make a right, Mr. Sarkar. So stop pointing out the bad in BJP.
Pradeep Singh Sengar is the rapist. Is the
does that alleviate Shah Jahan's position? Does that alleviate Shah Jahan's position, Mr. Sarkar? No, it does not. No, it does not.
Same of the case, but no.
Okay, so Shatarupa, because you have a Brij Bhushan, so they have a Shah Jahan. What's wrong? That's what Sanjay Sarkar is saying.
Sucharita, good evening. First of all, congratulations to Republic for winning the TRP case. We've been following it very closely and I'm very glad that you won it. Number
Thank you
two,
so much,
I think you must already, yes, you're most welcome. I think you're already aware that your cameras today also were stopped because they were trying to cover the innumerable women who were crossing over, the water area of Sandeshkhali to reach Barashat to meet the Prime Minister. Having said this, as usual, Sanjay Sarkar has messed the whole thing up because he's accusing BJP of having so many Shah Jahans. Now they have to decide whether they're going to accuse BJP of being anti-Muslim or are they going to list the number of Muslim people we have in the party. Most importantly, you are very correctly pointed out, Sucharita, that there has been a contempt of court case.
Bengal police, he was arrested by the Bengal police. W. Ansari is not your party member. He's not the party member.
Specifically regarding to the
Raju Jha is not your party member.
Of the Shah Jahan case, right from the beginning, from the 5th of January, when the ED raid was happening and Shah Jahan instigated an almost riotous situation where ED has been injured, your camera people have been injured, innumerable people have been arrested, and the harassment. Police, as per Supratim Sarkar, has stated that Shah Jahan has been so kindly arrested only because of what he did to the ED people, not because of the number of FIRs and gang rape cases and rape that have been filed. But they're just still trying to find out exactly the situation. They have actually no idea of what happened to the Sanjay Sarkar and his people in the Trinamool party. Most importantly, look at the difference between the Honorable CM who says nothing and the Honorable Prime Minister of India who
Pradeep Singh Sengar. Was the Pradeep Singh Sengar? He's the rapist. He's the rapist. He's the member of.
Okay, Mr. Sarkar, why don't we go one at a time? Why don't we go one at a time? I want to listen to Shatarupa. I want to listen to Mr. Kothari. So just give them some time.
Thank you, Sucharita. Here is the Prime Minister of India who comes all the way to the end of West Bengal, Barashat, and talks to the people of Sandeshkhali, the women of Sandeshkhali, who starts his speech by saying, Joy Ma Kali, Joy Ma Durga. That is how he treats the women of India. And here we have a woman chief minister who thinks nothing of accusing these women of being BJP and RSS. We have a list of women ministers of Trinamool-led government who ask for rape footage, who accuse or who have stated that they have a go down of women. They think women are commodities. We have a woman MP of Boshirat representing the ruling party who has got no idea of what is happening. She didn't think it necessary to go and stand next
I'll go across to I'll go across to Swapnil.
You can't deny.
You made your point. Let me go across to Swapnil because there was such technicalities involved, and I would really want to understand from you, Swapnil. When the High Court orders, when the Calcutta High Court very clearly said you need to hand him over to the CBI, why go to the Supreme Court at 2 at night? And you've already crossed deadlines. You've crossed deadlines. You've not handed him over, and now today again the same reprimand comes from the High Court again, and now a contempt of court as well.
Well, Sucharita, the issue is very simple, that when you are not running the government as per the rule of the law, that is the time the judiciary has to step in. The judiciary stepped in, especially when your reporter was arrested without any legal notice to him, without a section 41A notice as what we call under the CRPC. He was dragged in the middle of the night to some unknown location. Next day, you all succeeded in having him out. That was one of the things which the judiciary noticed. The second thing is that you have not arrested Shah Jahan for a long period of time despite his criminal activities, as alleged by the police and as also known to the people, several things being caught on camera otherwise as well. Now, when you don't do all of those things, this Kolkata High Court has no other option, because giving the mandate to CBI depends upon the High Court and the Supreme Court, and also upon the state should it want to agree to do so. What perturbs me most, Sucharita, is the fact that unfortunately the Mamata Banerjee government had to do this, had to give it to CBI. Any state government worth its salt would tend to resist it for a long period of time, that sorry, we will not give it to the CBI. We are capable of doing things on our own. We have our own law and order situation in our own state, and we will follow the law, we will arrest the man, and we will bring him to justice. Now, this is something which was seen absent, and that is the reason why the Kolkata High Court come to a conclusion that no, let us do this and give it to the CBI. Now, what remains to be seen is, of course, presidential rule is a little too far and a little too far-fetched a cry of any party, whether it's BJP or anybody. Because I think to call for a presidential rule generally comes to when there is an absence of law and order situation also, but when there is a complete erosion of faith in the state government by the people or who are working in the state government. Now, that situation has still not arisen. But if these kind of situations repeat one after the other, including arrest of your reporters, suppose in the future, or any of these kind of laxity shown in running the law and order situation, then Sucharita, that day is not far when people will go for presidential rule, when Article 356 will be called in for. And of course, that is going to have its own ramifications, but it's not an easy step right now, and I would not press for it. I would only say that please follow the law and order, and now let the CBI do its job.
What the Prime Minister rightly pointed out today, Swapnil, was that there is such a hue and cry over democracy and people sitting in different states preaching democracy and trying to say that democracy is coming to an end. And now with whatever happened in Sandeshkhali, all these leaders of the opposition parties have kept mum. They've not spoken a word. I do not see any statement from any of the national leaders from the opposition parties, and that is precisely what Mr. Sarkar, the Prime Minister, pointed out. You're trying to side with the Mamata government, but you've also kept quiet. You're not trying to side with those women who've taken to the streets. They're demanding justice. You're trying to shield Shah Jahan. You're not shielding those women.
Exactly, Sucharita, and that is where the Prime Minister is absolutely right. Because here the opposition should have raised its voice and said that what is going on in West Bengal is bad.
Sanjay Sarkar, are you able to hear me? Is he able to hear me?
This is because Bharatiya Janata Party is the
or you've already given up,
and so many mafia and so many sex sarjan is there also. Nobody is questioned there also. There is no question. This is W. Ansari. This is Simi activities, and he is a terrific terrorist. And Raju Jha is one of the coal mafia is involved in the Bharatiya Janata Party. And
so
no question is there also.
Okay, can we?
Why don't you sort out your own problems?
No, he is in competition. He is in competition. He wants to compete. He wants to compete and he wants to have the best mafia on his side.
Because
he wants to have the best mafia on his side.
So many notaries is there also. They are the rapist is there also. Who is the rapist? The Pradeep Singh Sengar. Is the Unnao matters. Is the Ramdurar, Brij Bhushan, Pradda Thakur. Is the
So should we stop asking questions? No. Mr. Sarkar. So should we stop asking questions from the BJP? Should we stop asking questions from the BJP? No, we will not. No, we will not. If we question the BJP on Brij Bhushan, we will question the TMC on Shah Jahan. So let's not go there. You're taking the wrong trajectory, Mr. Sarkar. If they are being questioned why are you trying to shield Shah Jahan? What really does he know? The question that is going to be asked is what really does he know? Why does the Mamata government want to keep him in Bengal? They don't want him to go. Now he's gone to the CBI. Now he's gone to the CBI.
This is now newly chapter will become. This is our unemployment. This is our country unemployment. Unemployment, and this is the market price hike,
and NRC.
And everything is there also.
What did Mamata Banerjee say today? The next chapter has been opened.
And Sandeshkhali, and this is
No, I'll tell you something, Mr. Sarkar. Mr. Sarkar, I'll tell you something. The first day, it was not about one single woman. Mr. Sarkar, it was not about one woman. There were so many women who were taken to the streets, who were speaking about Shah Jahan, who were speaking about atrocities they faced, but the Mamata government did not react. And your minister on record said that these women have been put forward by the BJP. Now that is what has stirred the anger. That has stirred the anger. She could have at least said that we are opening up an inquiry. She did not say it. And that is what the women in Bengal, they feel that they've been left out, and government is going at 2 a.m. at night to the court to save Shah Jahan.
There is nothing to happen in Sandeshkhali. This is happening was Manipur. As Manipur is the burning situation is there also. Right now the burning situation. Nobody is the question. Nobody is the question is there also. Manipur situation. But Manipur.
I agree.
Manipur,
I agree with you, Mr. Sarkar.
How many people already died?
I agree with you.
How many people are there also? How many people?
Okay, so now that you speak of Manipur, I agree with you.
There's no
Nikhil joins us on the debate. Let me go across to Nikhil. Nikhil, he's speaking about Manipur. No. You spoke about Manipur. Let me go across to Nikhil. Nikhil, he's very rightly pointing out Manipur. I just want to say, all the leaders who spoke on Manipur, who went to Manipur, have they spoken a single word on Sandeshkhali? Have they asked any question to Mamata or her government on Sandeshkhali? I just want one single name and the statement.
Charita, I think to the best of my knowledge, multiple leaders from the opposition did say that what is happening in Sandeshkhali is wrong and accountability needs to be fixed. I'll have to check news reports. I'll have to check news reports for specific examples.
Oh, you're telling me you came unprepared for the debate. Of course not. You came prepared, but you know that there's no single statement. I just need one example. Nikhil, I just need one example. You're always prepared for the debate.
I think Supriya Shinde did make a statement on that, but off the bat, I cannot give you a name right now.
Okay, so is Supriya Shrinet leading the Congress party now? You quote one Supriya Shrinet, that to a question that was asked in a press conference that she had to reply.
You asked.
Come on, Nikhil, come on.
So, Charita, no, come on. At least she's giving press conferences. The Congress party does press conferences, unlike the Prime Minister, who can never be asked the question.
Is she leading the Congress party? Is what my question is. If she is, then tell us. We didn't know.
She's not leading the Congress party.
We didn't know.
But she's a spokesperson of the Congress party. She's an official spokesperson.
I spoke about national leaders. The ones who went. Your leader went to Manipur. He was stopped there. Didn't even say a statement. Didn't even give a statement on Sandeshkhali.
The point is that in Sandeshkhali, the West Bengal government wasn't appearing to be siding with the aggressors. They were not protecting Shah Jahan. They were not protecting Sheikh Shah Jahan. Their government has arrested Sheikh Shah Jahan, despite the fact that that person has linked to their own party. Unlike in Manipur, where the state government and the central government were in complete cahoots to hide the reality of what was going on from the people of India. Let's not forget the horrific video that the nation saw in August. And when that video surfaced where that young woman is being paraded naked, the The chief minister says, हाँ ऐसी तो 20-25 घटनाएं हुई हैं. अगर हुई थी तो आपने देश को बताया क्यों नहीं?
I am appalled, Nikhil. Nikhil, I am appalled that you speak of Manipur even today, but you don't speak a single word on Sandeshkhali. The women are watching.
No.
The women of Sandeshkhali are watching. The women of Bengal are watching. I do not ask you not to raise your voice on Manipur, but you should also raise your voice on Sandeshkhali is all I'm saying.
No, I do. Personally, I've done that multiple times. As have multiple people from the opposition, including spokespersons.
No, you have done it. You have done it. Mr. Sarkar must have done it. But the leaders who went all out on Manipur have not spoken a word. All I'm saying is the Mamata government trying to shield Shah Jahan, but not trying to give any kind of help to the women of Sandeshkhali is appalling, and that is precisely why the court has also wrapped them. And now Shah Jahan goes to the CBI. That's all I had time for. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Mr. Sarkar, that's all I had time.
Amity has been ranked among the top universities globally for producing the most employable graduates by the Times Higher Education UK. Yet another testimony to Amity's excellent placement record.
Throughout my life, I've been inspired by arts and culture. It has deeply moved me, and I'm very passionate about it. When it came to my youngest son, Anand's wedding with Radhika, I had two important wishes. First, I wanted to celebrate our root. Jamnagar holds a special place in our hearts and has a profound significance. Gujarat is where we come from. It's where Mukesh and his father built the refinery, and I started my career.
Ananya, look here! Ananya! Seat! Ali sir! Salam, look here!
Our esteemed friends and family, Namaste and good evening to each and every one of you.
And my father and mother have always made me feel that if I can think, I'll do it. And I think that is what my father and mother mean to me. And I am eternally grateful. Now I'll come to Radhika. I'm 100% the lucky one. There's no doubt about that. I also don't know how I got Radhika.
expression of care and compassion for wildlife and taking care and making sure every one of them lives and thrive to some extent, whatever extent we can. Every life has a full-fledged life like ourselves. They have their family, they have their emotions, they have everything that we have. I think that has not sunk into human minds. So a place like this can play a significant role.
Do you want to relax or want to walk around? We want to walk. Yeah, walk. Do you all have 2 hours? Yep.
I know, I told him already.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, I never really wanted to get a watch, but after seeing that, I was like, you know, watches are cool.
Yeah, I might want that.
Not that.
Not
but
want that one, but things
Don has been caught by his 4 little grandchildren who have wrapped him around their little fingers. Mukesh, chalo na. We are getting late. It's our little Anand Sangeet.
Yes, boss.
Countdown is on for the Republic Media Network's marquee event, our big event, the Republic Media Network Annual Summit on the 7th of March. This time our theme is Bharat the Next Decade. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll have an opportunity to hear from the Home Minister and the Finance Minister on the challenges and the opportunities and the game plan as far as our national security is concerned, as far as our economy is concerned, over the next decade, over the next half decade. And of course, the icing on the cake will be the Prime Minister giving his vision before all of us on Bharat the next decade. So this particular event is very different from the ones we have had earlier in the sense that this time it's not about the debate, it's about clarity, vision statements and a focus on where we need to go as a nation. I'm really looking forward to having you all join us on television and on stream. And our team is working very hard to make this event a success. I'm sure you'll be there.
Trending burning question, powered by Reva University and Century Club Prime.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. For the last 3.5 years, they've branded us TRP chores.
they called us TRP chores. 3.5 years back it started, in 2020. And today they have egg on their face. Egg on their face. The same channels that did primetime shows, debates for hours and days and weeks and months and ran a campaign against Republic TV have egg on their face. Shameless as they aren't even reporting the truth about the TRP case now being closed. And let me tell you what the Maharashtra government has said in court. Let me play the graphics out. The government has said in court that witnesses were coerced by the state police machinery. It's what we've been screaming out for the last 3.5 years. Screaming out, ladies and gentlemen, when we said that witnesses were coerced. Remember the first day when it happened, we said witnesses were coerced. Witnesses came on record and told Republic TV they were coerced. There was a reaction of a lady who said she was forced by the police, almost at gunpoint, to say that she was paid. Not just that, let me also tell you, police threaten witnesses to extract fake statements. Police threaten witnesses to extract fake statements. What Sachin Vaze and his team did for the longest time and got away. Before they were arrested for murder. Sachin Vaze, we told you Sachin Vaze had extracted these statements at gunpoint, and the Maharashtra government has said that in court after investigation. Let's tell you what else has been said. Statements wrongly and falsely recorded by the Mumbai Police. Statements wrongly and falsely recorded by the Mumbai Police, as said by the Maharashtra government in an affidavit. And that BARC hadn't filed any complaint with the probe agency. A large number of people arrayed as accused without any proof. Tonight there's vindication for the Republic Media Network, ladies and gentlemen. But more than that, it's the support of you, the viewer, which is why we continue to be in the hearts and minds of people every single day. Without paying 20 rupees per viewer, as some policemen claimed in the Mumbai Police. Let me go across to Swapnil Kothari, advocate, Ratan Charda, political analyst and author. Both have been very, very big supporters of the Republic Media Network throughout. And then we have Kishore Tiwari, who's been a critic of Republic TV throughout, who said, Uddhav aayega ek din. उद्धव आएगा, छोड़ेंगे नहीं आपको, छोड़ेंगे. अरे सर जी केस खत्म, केस क्लोज्ड. यू हैव एग ऑन योर फेस. किशोर तिवारी जी बोल दीजिए कि आपने भी गलत बोला था. प्लीज एडमिट योर मिस्टेक.
एक मिनट मैं बताता हूँ कि रीओपन हो गया ना, रीओपन करके हम आ रहे हैं. और इस वक्त अर्नब के साथ साथ तुम्हारा भी तलोजा में रूम बुक करना पड़ेगा, ऐसा लग रहा है. तो सरकारें बदलती है, इसके स्टेटमेंट बदलते हैं, केसेस क्लोज होते हैं.
सर जी आपको थोड़ा तो शर्म आनी चाहिए ना किशोर तिवारी जी. आई फील सॉरी फॉर यू सर. Sir, I feel sorry for you, sir. I have respect for you, but you're saying you will book you are sitting here on a day when a case has been closed, and you are saying you will book a room in Taloja and governments come and go. I mean, thank you for exposing yourself and the Uddhav Sena. I feel sorry for you, sir. You know what happened? Let me ask you a question. Can you tell me what happened to 3 people? Tell me what happened to 3 people. Sir, tell me what happened to these 4 people. Kishore Tiwari, what happened to these 4 people? No, I'll ask you a quiz question. No, tell me what happened to these 4 people, Kishore Tiwari ji. Ek minute, sun lijiye. It's a nice question. You like my question. Trust me, you will like my question. My question is the following to you. What happened to Uddhav the Great? What happened to Sachin Vaze the Great? What happened to Parambir Singh the Great? What happened to Nawab Malik the Great? Can you please tell us a little bit about what happened to them after they tried to target Republic TV and where they are today?
No. Republic TV is like a do not take them seriously. Republic TV is a paid channel of BJP that's known the word.
Please, but Kishore Tiwari, stop it. Kishore Tiwari, I feel sorry for you, sir. No, I really feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for you, sir. I really feel sorry for you. I wish, and maybe you know, you will find some sensible thing to say one day.
The misuse of power by Maharashtra government.
No, 1 minute. Today, you know what? You don't believe your own court. You don't believe your own police. You don't believe your own investigators. I'm going across to Swapnil Kothari. Swapnil Kothari, I mean, I'm hearing Mr. Kishore Tiwari and I'm feeling sorry for him because even today, he's proving me right. He's proving me right. He's proving us right. He's saying he will book a room for us in Taloja. I feel sorry for you, sir. But yeah, Swapnil.
Swapnil, this is the fact.
Niranjan, first of all, congratulations on the... Kishore bhai, you have had your say. Now let me make a statement. Malapata bolu diya. So, Niranjan, first of all, congratulations on the TRP case victory. First of all, when the state itself says that there is no merit in the case, and backed upon by the police reports or whatever the evidence was there to the effect that there was actually no evidence, when all of those things form the basis of an application by the state under section 321 of the CRPC for the withdrawal of the case, then the cases absolutely are closed once and for all. To reopen them is absolutely an imaginary situation. Those cases do not reopen as such. So once there is no evidence, if the state has come to a conclusion that there is no evidence, because you need a case to run a case, to run a trial, a basic trial, you need evidence. If you don't have evidence, even if there is some truth in whatever case you may have, forget this case, any case that I'm talking about, if you have any truth in that case, then it is very simple that you need to have the basis and evidence. Now that there was no evidence, all your graphics on the television that I've been seeing since the past 3-4 hours clearly indicate that there was no evidence. The state came to a conclusion that this was a fictitious case. It was concocted, and we all knew that at that time when it was being run, because there is no agency in the world that ever asks you the cost of toilet papers. And to imagine 20 rupees or 50 rupees or 500 rupees being given to build up a viewer for any channel, why Republic TV, which is such a people-based channel in many ways, for any channel is very hard for anybody to digest. So when you have this kind of flimsy evidence, the courts will obviously shun it and will say that, look, it's a waste of time, waste of judicial time for the most important part. And secondly, pursuant to the harassment that you all were indulged into, that you all got, that was more of an indication of sorts that this was a basic fake case and why it was drummed up. And that too, when it was mentioned by the then police commissioner, it was very clearly indicative that there was no basic solidity at all to that case, because the FIR was completely different. The Republic TV's name was not there, it was the name of another channel.
Yeah. No, Swapnil, just one question. I'll just take a question from Ratan Sharda. Ratan Sharda, see, Ratan, 1 minute. Kishore Tiwari, just wait, sir. Ratan Sharda hasn't spoken. I want to get him in. So, Ratan Sharda, see, I still remember that morning when I was there, Ratan Sharda, when Sachin Waze was at the residence of Arnab. You know, we were covering the US elections. It was 5 o'clock in the morning. We were live from 3 a.m. 5 o'clock, we get a call saying that police have landed up at the residence. So, I went there, I ran there. Open the lift, and there were 50 cops there, right? I mean, can you imagine 50 cops at the door? Downstairs, there were about 4 or 5 police vans and 100 police officers holding machine guns, AK-47. And there was a very shameless home minister also in Maharashtra back then, who had put out an article with the headline, I called it Operation Arnab. Can you imagine the shamelessness these fellows had, right? How shameless they were. They actually put out a full page story on something called Operation Arnab, and they were chest thumping about it. Shameless people, huh? And he told me, I asked him, Ratan Sharda, I asked Waze, I said, on what case have you arrested him? And he said something, and I said, that case is closed. And you know what he said? Yes, but we have now reopened the case. I mean, that's the heights to which these people went. And look at all of their fate today, Ratan Sharda. None of them will now say a word. No courage to say a single word today when it's over.
Niranjan, today the respect for Kishore Tiwari has gone down at least 10 notches for me. The kind of smirk he has on his face, the kind of claims he's making. As far as I know, he's some kind of editor and journalist, because I get his mails from Vidar Times or something, right? For a editor, for a journalist.
Kishore Tiwari, hear him.
Let me speak.
Kishore Tiwari, don't heckle him. Kishore Tiwari, hear him. It's not fair.
तुम्हाराच बोलता येतं का? आम्हाला बोलता येत नाही का? आम्हाला शिव्या देत नाही का आम्हाला? आम्हाला बोलता येतं काहीतरी बोलायला दे आम्हाला. आता तुमचं राज नाही ते. ऐका जरा.
हम तो आने वाले हैं बेटा, हम आने वाले.
When he says,
ouch.
Look at his language.
Ouch.
Look at his language.
Ouch.
He's exposing himself thoroughly today.
Kishore Tiwari.
See, it is not just what Maharashtra government said today. Remember what Supreme Court said, what High Court said about your case of TRP, and was it really necessary for a journalist to be treated like a terrorist? When their leader, then their आप थांबा जरा मला पण दोन थोबड्या देता येतात. शांत राहा जरा. ऐकायला येतं का तुम्हाला?
I'm not. आप ले आए.
I can't. I'm sorry only because.
स्वतःला जास्त
की बात कर रहे, गलत बात कर रहे.
तुम्हाला आदराने बोलतो. तुम्ही काय बोलता आज तरी काय लाज वाटते तुम्हाला आज बोलायला? आज तरी जरा शांत ठेवा तुमचं चित्त.
अरे भाई तुम्ही अधिकारात.
Can you please translate that in English also, Rashanda Sharda?
And what was the need to put 100 cases against the employees? What was the need for him to be treated like criminal and put along with the criminal?
Let Ratan Sharda speak, please. Let Ratan Sharda speak. Can we have Ratan Sharda's audio up, please? Thank you.
To be treated like criminals. It was, if at all, it was a crime. It was a white collar crime. If at all, it was about a business rivalry. It was not about crime. It was not about some crime, killing, or somebody's gun running, etc. It was a business rivalry which created the case, and case has no basis at all because High Court said so, Supreme Court said so. Your own minister very, very smirkingly said, "Isko sabak sikhayenge." You use misuse of power. You made every employee of the company suffer. You wanted to shut down Republic. You have clearly said it. Where is the question of saying that this is a law? This is a case which we've been withdrawn because the government has changed. The case had no base at all. Supreme Court said it, High Court said it, still went on and on. What was National Broadcasting Standard Authority doing? What was Editor Guild doing? What were they doing when the editor of the largest channel at that time was treated like a criminal? You think that was right? And what are the TV channels who made such horrible debates knowing it was wrong to do this just because there is competition? So everybody's answerable. It is not a question of somebody fighting for TRP. That is a business game that TV channels may be playing. But to treat a journalist like a common criminal and terrorist is something that people do not forget. The way that the team of the Republic were treated like criminals will not be forgotten by the people. You will keep on smirking, you will keep on laughing, but people know what has happened. And MBS suffered for what they did. You suppress every voice. It was just Republic. No. You put it on social media people in jail for 15 days, 20 days. When they got bail, you again put them in jail. We know all this. So please stop this. Stop this being very democratic. There was nothing democratic about it. It was an outrageous case. And you should not today, you should say something wrong was done. Let us forget it. That was your stand. But you don't have that stand. Because you are still shameless, your opportunist alliance has killed your Antaratma, it has killed your conscience. You have no shame at all that sadhus of Palghar were killed. And those
1 minute.
It was a time when
1 minute.
speaking.
Ratan Sharda, just 1 second. Just 1 second, Ratan Sharda. You know, he's trying to heckle you.
Niranjan, he was a best
He's trying to heckle. Yeah, he was.
Never left his cabin. His home for more than twice. He was a Facebook chief minister.
Yes.
And today is cheering him on.
Niranjan, should I add something?
I'll tell you something. No, 1 minute.
You invited me.
I will also add. Kishore Tiwari, I will also add, sir. I will also want to add something. You know, many of your ministers went on record and some went on reality shows, on celebrity shows, and many of them would say, you know what they would say? खत्म कर लेंगे, खत्म कर लेंगे, रिपब्लिक मीडिया नेटवर्क को खत्म कर लेंगे भाई. क्या हुआ उद्धव जी का क्या हुआ? ना सरकार है ना पार्टी है. परमबीर सिंह का क्या हुआ? कहा गया? सचिन वाजे कहा गया? सचिन वाजे कहा गया? हाँ, कर्मा करके कुछ आता है ना. There's something called karma. When it hits you, exactly.
देखिए आज आपका
नवाब मलिक ने बोला था नवाब मलिक ने बोला स्पेशल सेल है अर्नब के पीछे जाने के लिए स्पेशल सेल बनाया हमने. पागल हो गए थे सब लोग. All of you had lost your mind and there's something called karma. And all of you got it back. All of you got it back.
नशा ले रहे अलायंस तोड़ा इन्होंने. बीजेपी के नाम पे जीते और अलायंस तोड़ा इन्होंने सत्ता के नशे में. अब नशा उतर जाना चाहिए आपका. आपको अगर पॉलिटिक्स में नशा उतारिए.
बहुत अच्छी इंफॉर्मेशन दे रहा. आप है ना 48 में से 48 सीट आ रहे हैं. अभी रिपब्लिक चैनल को कोई देखता नहीं है, अभी 110 लोग देख रहे हैं।
अरे भाई,
बोर्ड पे
अरे भाई,
इनकी पूरी चले गई है।
आप क्या ऐसे बात कर रहे हैं? सर आपका कितना एमएलए सर आपके? सर आपके कितने एमएलए हैं? स्वप्निल किशोर तिवारी जी कितने एमएलए हैं? बोलिए। सॉरी बोलिए सर, कितने एमएलए हैं? बोलिए। सुना नहीं कितने एमएलए आपके?
दुपट्टा
नहीं, कितने एमएलए हैं आपके?
इन्हीं लोगों का छिन गया दुपट्टा बचाने को।
अंधभक्त मोदी जी केवल अंधभक्त थे।
किशोर
बता रहा हूँ,
so shameless. They would come and call. Swapnil, they would come and call. And I want to talk about the great Sachin Vaze. You know what, Kishore Tiwari? One day even Sachin Vaze will come. One day Sachin Vaze is a murderer. Kishore Tiwari, listen to me. Kishore Tiwari, हिम्मत होनी चाहिए, सुनने के लिए हिम्मत चाहिए, सुनने के लिए हिम्मत चाहिए। हिम्मत है क्या? हिम्मत है क्या? सुन लो ना एक बार, सुनने के लिए हिम्मत चाहिए। मैं बोलता हूँ आपको,
बोलो।
One day,
अच्छा किया।
He was a Shivsena candidate, remember?
He was brought back to create.
Yeah, he was.
To make this kind of case.
He was.
Everybody knows it.
अरे भाई,
one day even Sachin Vaze, who's a murderer, Sachin Vaze, who's a murderer, will also expose you one day, Kishore Tiwari. Sachin Vaze, who's a murderer, will also expose you one day.
मैं भेजने वाला हूँ, मैं अगली सरकार में हूँ अभी मैं अगली सरकार में।
कौन सी सरकार में आप क्या बात कर रहे हो आप?
अभी
ये आदमी जब सरकार में था, इसका कोई न्यूज़पेपर नहीं आता था, जैसे ही सरकार से निकला इनका फिर मेल आने लगा विदर्भ टाइम्स। ये इस तरह के जर्नलिस्ट है, जब इनको पॉलिटिक्स चलती है तो पेपर बंद कर देते हैं, जब पॉलिटिक्स से बाहर जाते हैं पेपर शुरू कर देते हैं। ऐसे जर्नलिस्ट है ये।
Anyway sir, anyway I just want to tell you one thing, and मैं एक चीज बोलता हूँ आपको, किशोर तिवारी जी, आप जैसा नेता आएंगे, उद्धव जी जैसा चीफ मिनिस्टर आएंगे, जाएंगे, सत्ता में आएंगे, आप जाते रहेंगे, आप सरकारें आएंगे, गिरेंगे। आपको एक चीज जानना चाहिए, ये जो इंस्टीट्यूशन है ना, रिपब्लिक करके एक इंस्टीट्यूशन है, ओके? अर्नब गोस्वामी का जो क्रेडिबिलिटी है ना, वो बहुत साल से, इट्स क्रेडिबिलिटी दैट्स बिल्ट, दैट्स अर्नड बोलते, अर्नड, ओके? आप जो भी कीजिए ना, नहीं आप जो भी, मैं एक चीज बोलता हूँ, आप जो भी ये चिल्लर जैसे, ये सचिन वाजे जैसे चिल्लर कॉप जो है ना, एनकाउंटर कॉप, ऐसी चीजें करेंगे ना, हरकतें करेंगे ना, आप एक्सपोज होंगे ही। आप
कार्रवाई क्यों नहीं कर रहे?
क्या किया था आपने सर जी? थोड़ा तो मैंने सोचा कि आप माफी मांगेंगे। I thought you'll say sorry today, Kishore Tiwari. I thought you'll say sorry. I thought you'll say sorry today.
Simple test of TRP.
I thought.
अरे भाई,
don't come on Republic TV. People
go ahead.
नहीं आते हो. When I come on Republic TV, immediately 10 people call missing. आपका Republic में देखा था. That is the real test of TRP.
Promise we will reopen the case.
And even Kishore Tiwari.
That is TRP test.
Taloja.
You ask Kishore Tiwari now why he comes on Republic. You ask Kishore Tiwari. You ask Kishore Tiwari why he comes on Republic. He loves Republic because he gets calls like you, Ratan Sharda, after he comes on Republic. And then he'll come on Republic and abuse us. That is the problem with people like Kishore Tiwari. Swapnil.
That's the beauty. If he goes to any other channel and abuses a channel, he will not be caught again. Right out. इनको समर्पण कर दिया, चैनल को गाली दो, वो दोबारा बुलाएंगे नहीं।
मुझे को समर्पण कर दिया।
That is freedom of expression in Republic. जाओ ना जरा आप चैनल पे जाके दिखाओ, उस चैनल को गाली दो, आपको पता चलेगा, दोबारा बुलाएंगे नहीं।
आप कहाँ हो?
रिपब्लिक बुलाता है दोबारा, इसलिए आप यहाँ पर आके गाली देते हैं।
Niranjan, I have a point to make.
Yes, Swapnil. Yes, Swapnil.
Yeah, Swapnil, you can add it. Because
yeah,
a fair man.
I believe it was Thomas Jefferson who said that democracy means free speech and the ability to hear views and thoughts which are most abhorrent to our own ears. And we will completely allow that person to speak even if we do not agree with that person's views. So I believe, Republic is one of those channels which allows people to give contrarian views and at the same time puts forth its own views. So that is one of the best things. And no political party or no, police or anybody for that matter can destroy an institution or a channel simply because it's the people who decide whether they want to view a particular channel for its content, for its credibility. And the people decide that at the end of the day. So for me, it's very important that the people are more important to say things that they want to say. Mr. Tiwari is entitled to have his views, and just as we are entitled to have our views. And, I believe that these kind of cases are never looked at very seriously in the first place by the courts itself. So for the courts to junk it the way they junked it today is not something which is far-fetched. It was always something which was there on the cards, and today is one of those days when it actually happened.
Swapnil, Kishore and Ratan Sharda. Swapnil. My God, yaar. My God. 1 minute. Hello. Kishore ji. अभी टाइम देखिए 8:52 है. 8:53 हो गया. अभी 7 मिनट में 9 बजने वाली है. At 9 o'clock, I want to see which great anchor of India who came on primetime news 3.5 years back on the 20th of October and said, TRP Chor, Republic TRP Chor. I want to see which great anchor of India will come on air today and say that the case is closed. That is the state of these shameless people. I'll see if anybody from your party also tweets. I'm sure they won't. Why will they tweet? Thank you, Ratan Sharda. Thank you, Swapnil. We'll speak again. Thank you. Kishore ji, I feel sorry for you. I think sometimes I feel, Kishore ji, you're forced to say these things. I feel you're under pressure to say these things. I feel sorry for you. No, I feel sorry for you, sir. I really feel sorry for you. कोई pressure लगा रहा है क्या आपके ऊपर? सचिन वाजे ये गन पकड़ा है क्या कोई आपके? Is anybody holding a gun to your head? Anyway, we'll speak again. Thank you very much. Debate with Arnab coming up next. Stay tuned. Special edition with Arnab next. Stay tuned.
Trending burning question, powered by Reva University and Century Club Prime.
दोनों फोरमों की ओर से केएमएम और एसकेएम नॉन पॉलिटिकल के जो आज मोर्चा शंभू और खनौरी बॉर्डर पर चल रहा है, उनका आज 23वां दिन है लगभग। और जो हमने ऐलान कर रखा भी आज अन्य राज्यों से किसान दिल्ली मार्च शुरू करेंगे, तो हमने 6 से शुरू करने की बात की गई थी। अब दूर दुराडे है, कोई कहे कि आज ही दिल्ली पहुंच जाएंगे, ये संभव नहीं है। तो एक तो ये है कि चलेंगे, अब सरकार चलने देगी नहीं चलने देगी, कोई पैदल होगा तो उसका तो मालूम नहीं कितने दिन लगेंगे आते आते। रेल को भी अगर जहां से भी आए, रेल से मध्य प्रदेश से आए तो भी आज नहीं पहुंच सकते। बिहार से तो शायद कल भी समस्या, साउथ इंडिया से तो शायद 2-3 दिन लग जाए। ये पिक्चर क्लियर होते तो कह लीजिए 7, 8, 9, 10 तक का समय लगेगा, जो हम सोच रहे हैं। अब जो नजदीक के राज्य थे उनसे तो हम आगे बढ़ने वाले नहीं हैं। तो दूर दराडे के राज्य हैं। राजस्थान पास में है पर उसकी भी दूरी काफी है, वो भी 7-8 से पहले वो भी नहीं पहुंच सकते, जो अभी दिख रहा हमें। तो एक तो आज जो है वो मार्च तो शुरू होगा, आज कुछ लोग कर लेंगे, 6 से बोला सा बढ़ेंगे, कुछ 7 को कर लेंगे। सरकार का देखिए क्या निर्णय है। सरकार तो एक बार बोल रही है अभी आप ट्रैक्टर ट्रॉली के बगैर आ जाएं, तभी जंतर मंतर पे तो एक धारा 144 है और दिल्ली में भी लगभग धारा 144 लगी हुई है। तो इसका मकसद तो केंद्र सरकार स्पष्ट करे इसका मकसद क्या है। दूसरा, आज 23 दिन हो गया और इससे 5 दिन पहले से आपके लिए 28 दिन से पंजाब हरियाणा के बॉर्डर बंद कर रखे हैं। तो जो पंजाब की आर्थिकता का नुकसान हुआ है इसके लिए केंद्र जिम्मेवार है। जो लोगों को व्यापारी हैं, हमारी बहुत सी वेजिटेबल सब्जियां बाहर जानी है, बहुत बाहर से माल बहुत सा अंदर आना है, हर तरह की सप्लाई है। तो जो लोगों को इतनी दिक्कत आ रही है, क्या केंद्र सरकार बताएगी देश को तो ये दिक्कत क्यों दी जा रही है। जहां तक अब सवाल है एमएसपी लीगल गारंटी कानून का, उसके ऊपर कोई भी, तो मैं तो बोलता हूं भारत सरकार स्पष्ट करे, वो बनाना भी नहीं बनाना। तो लास्ट मंत्रिमंडल की मीटिंग में क्या ये इसके ऊपर कोई चर्चा हुई? तो मंत्रिमंडल ही तय करता है ना भी क्या देना है। अगर उसमें कोई चर्चा नहीं हुई है तो इसका मतलब हमें ये देने वाले नहीं है, किसान मजदूर का कर्ज खत्म करने वाले नहीं है। इसी के साथ जो हमारे केस समेत पंजाब दिल्ली में डले वो भी वापस लेने की तैयारी नहीं है। लखीमपुर का इंसाफ नहीं देंगे। बिजली बिल 2023 जो बना रखा उसके ऊपर तो बोलते भी नहीं है, उसके ऊपर तो वार्ता भी नहीं हो रही। अब इतनी ओलावृष्टि उत्तर भारत में, अंधेरी झक्खड़, फसलें खराब हुई, तो इनके अब पंजाब प्रदेश अध्यक्ष बोल रहे हैं भैया फसली बीमा योजना की मांग करिए। भाई हम तो कर ही रहे हैं, इसके ऊपर स्थिति स्पष्ट करनी भी सरकार अपने दम पर लेके आएगी। आप तो कारपोरेट के हिसाब से बना के रखे वो। तो ये बातें यार, नरेगा 200 दिन 700 दिन दिहाड़ी, तो किसी मांग पर के ऊपर केंद्र से कोई बातचीत या केंद्र से कोई जो वो बोल के बताएं कि ये मिलेगा ये नहीं मिलेगा, उनकी क्या WTO से भारत बाहर आए, उनके ऊपर भी स्पष्ट कर दें। हमने तो स्पष्ट कर दिया ना कन्वेंशन करके।
Republic wins after 3.5 years of battle. Court order says TRP case was fake. People's voice and truth win once again. Debating tonight at 9 p.m.
The countdown is on for the Republic Media Network's marquee event, our big event, the Republic Media Network Annual Summit on the 7th of March. This time our theme is Bharat the Next Decade. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll have an opportunity to hear from the Home Minister and the Finance Minister on the challenges and the opportunities and the game plan as far as our national security is concerned, as far as our economy is concerned, over the next decade, over the next half decade. And of course, the icing on the cake will be the Prime Minister giving his vision before all of us on Bharat the next decade. So this particular event is very different from the ones we have had earlier in the sense that this time it's not about the debate, it's about clarity, vision statements, and a focus on where we need to go as a nation. I'm really looking forward to having you all join us on television and on stream. And our team is working very hard to make this event a success. I'm sure you'll be there.
From the Delhi studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
Arnab Goswami on The Debate at 9, presented by Amity University, powered by RP Sanjeev Goenka, Century Club Prime and Policy Bazaar.
Good evening and welcome, dear viewers. Viewers of Republic, supporters of Republic, believers of Republic. Around 3:30 in the afternoon on the 8th of October 2020, the tainted Parambir Singh, along with his murder-accused criminal in uniform and partner Sachin Vaze, dared to accuse Republic of masterminding a TRP scam. Today at 5:45 p.m. on the 6th of March, 3 years and 5 months later, the Mumbai court has ordered the complete cancellation and the complete withdrawal of the fabricated and fake TRP case. The media that went after me, the Lutyens media that targeted Republic, will not tell you this. But you must ask them. You must find out for yourself, please, dear viewers, dear supporters, why the TRP case collapsed in court. It was because in the court it was admitted that there was no evidence against Republic. Can you believe it, viewers? 3.5 years, all those media said, we carried out a scam. Today, in the court, it was said and accepted that there was no evidence against Republic. Why did this case collapse in court? Because in the court, it was said that the witnesses were threatened, that the witnesses were coerced at gunpoint almost. Because in the court, it was said that this false evidence was created to somehow fix me and somehow fix the Republic media network. Now, viewers, think of the injustice of it all. Think, viewers, about how far a section of the media went against Republic. Because we are a journalist run a journalist-owned and an entrepreneurship-driven organization. Think, viewers, of the injustice of it all. Think of the hate, the toxic hate speech that was used against us. Think of the colossal lies they gleefully wove, like yes men to a political circuit, because they felt that if all of them came together, then Republic would be the casualty. But we are no casualties, we are strong. We don't give up, we fight. And we don't accept, we hit back. That is our creed. 3.5 years later, however, viewers, 3.5 years of battle, it is still you and me and Republic, the public and Republic, the public and Republic on one side. We are on one side, it is them. The corporate agendas, the Lutyens media, Parambir Singh, Sachin Vaze, left liberals and the corporate interests on the other. It is still us versus them. Only the stark and glaring difference between us and them has never been as clear. And today I said, my newsroom, I said today that after what happened in the court, I feel light, I feel free, I feel strong. And some asked me later, how strong did I feel as a comparison? And I said to them, I feel as strong as I was when I was in that prison cell. Because I knew in that prison cell that you were with me. I said to them, I feel as strong as I felt on the day they dragged me out of my house, and as strong as I felt when I fought back on the day that Parambir Singh dared to speak a word against Republic. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I cannot express it in words. With every ounce of sentiment flowing through my veins, I thank you all, viewers. A 3.5-year battle, and we have won today. Thank you. Let's debate. That's all I'm talking about tonight. And Aishwarya Kapoor comes at 10 o'clock with the election debate of the day. And here are the headlines this Wednesday evening on the debate tonight. Might of the truth wins the Republic. Juggernaut rolls on. The people's voice and truth win big time once again. Falsification of evidence and coercion of witnesses proven in the court. The fake TRP case now stands completely closed. Court order mentions witnesses were threatened and coerced. The lobby goes completely silent now. Has Rahul Gandhi completely lost it? Even the Election Commission has now pulled in for the Panoti jibe. All attempts to stall the CBI investigation fail. The central agency has now picked up Mafia Don Shahjahan. And big development in Liquorgate. ED files fresh complaint against Kejriwal over ducking of summons. And ladies and gentlemen, Republic has won after a 3.5-year battle. The court has closed, completely closed, the fake TRP case. And this is because in court it has been said and admitted that witnesses were coerced, evidence was falsified. It was all happening almost at gunpoint. Let's debate.
This is the rebirth of a brand. This is a brand which has been challenged. This is a brand which has been questioned. We have been called scamsters. We have been called thieves. We have been called money launderers. And I want to tell everyone,